Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Surrey.
Well, we've got a bumper day of FA Cup action in just a moment. Farnham Town against Sutton United in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round to come here live with you. The cameras are here. It's sellout. You do not want to miss a moment of it. This is FA Cup drama at its best at this level. And then from 3 o'clock today, even more action for you. We've got on FM and DAB, Crawley Town against Walsall in League 2. That's on FM and digital radio. And on the BBC Sport website and app, Dorking Wanderers against Aldershot Town. We've also got Woking at home to Brackley as well in the FA Cup. We'll also be following Farnborough. They're away at Braintree today as well. Eastbourne Borough, they are at home to Boreham Woods. There's plenty going on. We've also got Worthing against Forest Green Rovers for you on Monday. That's on the BBC Sport website and app, and that is where the FA Cup draw will be made. And the big question today is whether Sutton, not Sutton United, it could be in the draw, but whether Farnham Town can beat Sutton United and get there and make the first round proper for the first time in their history. It has to be said, though, they are in the fourth qualifying round for the very first time in their history. The cameras are ready just in front of me now. To my left, I can see the Sutton fans who've made the journey here today, and I can see some pink hats amongst them, and then to my right it is full on the bank of Farnham Town supporters here, right up on the hill, all along the slope as well. And here we go, FA Cup fourth qualifying round action. It is Farnham Town against Sutton United in the FA Cup. A huge day for this football club as the supporters pour in here and get ready to try and pull off one of the greatest shocks we probably will see in the competition this year if Farnham can do it today.
I must kind of highlight that. I mean, like I said, personally, deep down from a football point of view, I think we've got every chance today. Hopefully I'm not proved wrong, but yes, from a history point of view, from Farnham Football Club, yeah, this is the levels that have never happened before, and hopefully carry on happening. I think our kind of status where we are now, we prove we can compete with this kind of situation, and hopefully, as everyone usually says in this kind of competition, we have a little FA Cup upset.
That's it. What will Paul Johnson then be saying to the players now, do you think?
I think, knowing Paul personally, I think he's very kind of controlled and calm, collective. He likes to get through from a tactical point of view what he wants. He doesn't like not seeing that happen on the field. But I think overall, when you look at all the excitement and what we're looking at right now, I think he probably wants them to just go out and enjoy it, but tactically be sound for how he wants to approach the game. But mainly just soak in the day, enjoy what you're involved in. But I guarantee he'd be telling them he wants to make sure they get a result.
You can get us on the BBC Sport website and at BBC Sounds as well today. I'll just take you through the Farnham team then, with Zaki Waller in goal, Dean Jackson, Kinane and Mason the back four, with the two holding midfielders Mackenzie and Leggett, and then Taylor and Sanders the wingers, with Dean and Liddell up front. The bench, Evans, Obi, Walker, Cooksley, Uche, Purcell and Stepney. As for Sutton United, well, Chris Agata takes charge of his second game. He's the former Worthing boss who's just been replaced by Adam Hinshelwood. Dean Hammond as well, the former Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder, has come to join him as assistant boss, and his first game in the dugout is today. It's Aziaya in goal, Tizard, Taylor and Bruty the back three, with Jones and O'Bonnor the wing backs, with Phipps and Wadham in the midfield two, with Nadesan, Harris and Simper the front three. On the bench, Vincent, Bootin, Eccleston, Njoku, Bell, Ayers and Dobre the midfielder. We're ready to go here in the FA Cup at the Memorial Grounds for a huge day in the history of Farnham Town Football Club. And Paul, I guess you've done your bit as well. Former manager, director this week, I think everybody's in now almost.
I wouldn't like to look out behind us and see who hasn't quite squeezed in, but yeah, it looks pretty packed. But I think there's still going to be a few which are probably finishing their drinks and coming into the ground. So I think any gaps that you see at the moment will definitely be filled.
Yeah, well, it is exciting times. The drum is going behind the goal to our right. Don't forget, lots more action today. Crawley Town against Walsall at 3 o'clock, but online, Dorking against Aldershot, Woking against Brackley. But now, it's about this game. Farnham against Sutton. Sutton get us underway. Long ball down the right channel early on, and the ball just played forward by Wadham in midfield, and then Farnham win it back. But it goes back now down the right flank. And Brandon Mason, who one of the most experienced players, not in terms of age at this level for Farnham Town, just sees the ball out. But of course, this is somebody who's played in the Championship before. He was at Coventry City, started his youth career at Watford as well. And he receives the ball from Sanders in midfield and just hoiks it long. Up it goes up towards Dean. Then big header from Tezza at the back for Sutton. In come Farnham at the back, and the ball makes its way towards Jones. Sanders in there, then one back. Mackenzie plays the ball back, and it's at the heart of defence with Sutton now. And Chris Agata taking charge of a side who slipped into the bottom four in the National League. But of course, if your memory casts you right, you remember, of course, they were in League Two just a few years back. Ball now at the back again with Jack Taylor, who's come through the academy at Sutton. Sutton in all yellow today. Farnham, of course, in their normal claret and blue with white shorts. And ball just now sent long down the left channel by Sutton. Goalless so far after 90 seconds. Now down the left-hand side they go. And it's the run of Harris. Then intercepted by Farnham. Played up front towards Dean. Dean, this is their danger man. Dean down the right. Skips past his man. Keeps going down the right here. Dean, early ball in towards the far post. This is a chance for Farnham to open the scoring here. Good play. Yeah. And into the net. It's brilliant. It's Daryl Sanders onto his right foot, who slides it past the goalkeeper. And inside 2 minutes, 7th tier Farnham Town lead National League side Sutton United by a 1-0.
I can't believe that start. While you were chatting away, I kind of thought, it looks a little bit tentative and nervous by both sides, and that's the first time we've gone forward in a controlled move. And like you said, danger man Owen Dean, who is capable of putting the ball in the back himself, has found Daryl Saunders, which is always very calm and collected around the 18-yard box. And what a start.
An unbelievable start. He'd scored before this 2 goals in his previous 2 games, so clearly coming into the game with a bit of form. Sanders it is, he slots it in inside the first 2 minutes as well. Well, even in Paul Johnson's wildest dreams as manager, he could not have hoped for a better start here. Farnham 1, Sutton 0 in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. They're off again here as well. Down the right, Sanders again the scorer, then foul surely on the halfway line. He's brought to the ground there by the number 8 Lewis Simper there, so taking quickly, and they're in again for 2. Great save in the near post.
Wow.
Dean down the right, out came Uwala, the goalkeeper, to poke it behind, and inside 3 minutes Farnham Town could have gone 2-0 up there. It's been a rampant start here, Paul.
What an electric start from Farnham, unbelievable. I mean, they're not showing any nerves now. You've instantly started the game this early on and been able to kind of have 2 opportunities like that and taken one. All I can say with I'm not being funny, but the Sutton lads must be feeling like they're in a proper game straight away instead of being out there looking at levels that they're playing at and where we're at. That they must know now that they've got to their work cut out to do here, especially being 1-0 down so early on.
Sanders with the corner short was intercepted. Joe Taylor was there to try and make it work, and now Sutton go running down the left-hand side. Proper cup tie this already. We've had the moment. Farnham are 1-0 up here against Sutton United, although they're giving away the goalkeeper here, and they're in on the right side. Could be 1-1. Dangerous times for Farnham. Pulled back to the edge of the area with Jones, and then it did take a nick off the defender. The shot was always going wide, and as it rolled up that grass bank behind the goal, it will be a Sutton corner, but it's still 1-0 to the home side, but dangerous times there. Sutton on the break again. But we'd go back to that chance. I mean, well, Where do you look on this first 4 minutes? It's been frantic.
I'll tell you talk about an FA Cup competition, and I sat here watching that start. Like I said, I was kind of looking at players looking a little bit nervous and releasing the ball and not
just stay with this
ball.
Corner here towards the far post. Heads go up at the far post. Big header in behind for Farnham. Oh, actually, no, goal kick. No, it is a corner.
Corner given.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, you couldn't have asked for anything more, even as an individual just watching the game. That's even their chance there. The goalkeeper, Farnham's goalkeeper's made a little error. I think they showed what their capabilities could do in this game, and we're very early. So, yes, exciting start for Farnham. 2 good chances, 1-0 up, but a long way to go.
Corner taken, free header, 1-1. 1-1.
There you go.
And Sutton have equalised here from the corner, whipped in, free header, and it was about 8 yards out, and it was Harry Phipps back into the team today who rose and nodded it into the net. Well, inside for the first 6 minutes, we've had 2 goals already. Farnham 1, Sutton 1.
I think really that kind of says how professional they are to a different level. That's a set piece. Looking at the size of the side against the squad or the starting 11 that we've got out at the moment, I think set pieces could be a problem all the way through. But that's a bad kind of goal to concede straight after 2 opportunities, scoring 1. I don't think Paul Johnson would be very happy with that. That's a set piece, and I don't think there was even a challenge on the attacking player, which has gone and scored.
Well, free kick here to Sutton. To Farnham on the right-hand side. I think that's the thing with these games, isn't it? I mean, there's so much excitement going, a goal up there for Farnham, but on these days, and you'll know this as a manager when you've played high league opposition, perhaps here at Farnham, the basics are the ones you don't want to lose out. So top corner goal, brilliant play, great, but that's a free header from a corner, and that's the sort of thing you'd face in the league most weeks and weeks out.
Exactly. I mean, that's just a football error and just switching off and being a little bit kind of
they're in again
untidy here where I think that's the excitement of going 1-0 up and having another chance. I think that's got to go out of the game, really, and it's 1-1 now, and Farnham have got to bring themselves in and perhaps get a little possession on the ball and maybe try and settle the game down before any other openings appear from either team, really.
Yeah, Matt McKenzie, they're just trying to play them away quickly down the right, couldn't get them in. Here's Phipps now in midfield for Sutton. Farnham 1, Sutton 1 then on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website and app. Paul Tanner alongside me. He managed this club, was it nearly 8 years?
8 seasons, yeah.
Wow. And now as director here at the club. Was it easier being a manager or director?
Well, I always say to people, I really miss the changing room, the atmosphere that you can kind of be around, especially when things are going well. I've always said I've missed that. That's kind of probably just about dripped out of my body now, and the more serious side of it kind of being on the board and trying to move the club forward in a different way is a little bit different concentration. But yeah, I'll always say I miss the actual side. Just the change rooms are a different area of a football club, and especially when you're doing well.
Madison down the left there for Sutton, trying to get them in. All Sutton possession here. The game tempo has changed. It was Farnham who came out of the traps brilliantly, and Sanders scoring inside the first 2 minutes, and then almost straight after, Harry Phipps from a corner equaliser. I have to remember there was that huge chance where Farnham could have gone 2-0 up as well just before that as well. I think it was Owen Dean down the right as well. The goalkeeper saved. Sutton now with the ball at the back, and we'll know from Chris Agata at Worthing, who played this style of football, possession based. This is why they've appointed him. We heard last night on the weekend from Adam Hinshelwood as well, who joined us live. You can listen back to that on BBC Sounds. He's now gone back in at Worthing. Dean Hammond was going to take charge of the cup game against Forest Green on Monday. Then he got a red card, which meant he couldn't be in the dugout. So then today, he's ended up coming here earlier than planned. And it's all been changed between Sutton and Worthing this week. It's Farnham 1, Sutton 1. They're in the FA Cup. 9 minutes played. Ball in midfield with Phipps now. Plays it to his left with Wadham now, just across the centre circle. Left-hand side, long ball forward over the top. And in comes the goalkeeper there. Iwalo got there and did really well because he came out as the ball was going long. Sorry, as Iron goal. He got in there and then goes back the other end. This is Iwalo now for Sutton United. Ball just at the back for the away side. So who sacked Steve Morrison after where they'd fallen. And ball now down the left-hand side for Sutton. 1-1 here in the FA Cup. The first 4 minutes would have been good enough for any highlights package you would have wanted, really, this game, Paul, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're kind of what we saw at the start of the game. I think you'll probably see a few minutes now where both sides are probably a little bit wary of not conceding again, whatever the scoreline is. So you'll probably see a bit of goal for possession, which just to settle the game down a little bit, unless there's an obvious opening, either a set play or maybe a mistake where somebody can jump on from either side. But I think both teams would probably be wanting the game just to settle down a little bit and be a little bit more cautious of definitely not conceding again for the first time.
Ball now down the left for Sutton, and we whipped in here. Low, comes to the edge of the box. Good clearance from Farnham. It was as Simper, the attacking midfielder there, number 8 there for Sutton, was coming in. Ball put out of play, came off a Sutton player last. Throw into Farnham on the right hand side, which will be taken by Jack Dean, who was announced as signing a contract here this morning. Of course, brother of Owen Dean, and he throws it down towards his brother Owen down the line. A real family affair for those two today. I'm sure their family proud watching on. Then ball into Sanders, the goal scorer for Farnham. Whipped in over the top again. Oh, good header from Sutton. It was just nearly lofted over there to Liddell, the striker, who would have been in behind. But Sutton now have the ball at the back again. And on 11 minutes, it remains one apiece here. Don't forget, online Dorking against Aldershot today is where you get that on BBC Sport website and app. Long ball over the top, and the goalkeeper just comes in and claims it. That was the run of Madison there, the striker. And well played to Farnham and Jackson, who plays it across the back. Then they go long down the left up towards Liddell. Liddell tussling for the ball. Jones now gets a toe in it. Then back to Brandon Mason there at left back. Tricks in field, does brilliantly. Really good play, and that's his experience, that's his quality as well. Taylor now down the right. Then Mason's actually taken up a position on the right wing there for Farnham. As the hill to my right looks even more packed now. Maybe we have got them all in, finally, Paul. I was just wondering as well, it's interesting, you've got that little car park behind, haven't you? The part of someone's houses. There's a couple of people having a can of beer up there. I guess you can get away with that, can't you?
The residents up there absolutely love it, yeah, that's a little area that you can get in from West Street in Farnham and walk through. Yeah,
we'll just stay with this attack here as Sutton come forward, cross in from the left, cleared away. It was Ogbono trying to whip it in. You were saying, Paul?
Yeah, no, it's a little, let's be polite, it's a little problem area when people are coming down to the ground, because on important days, on games, when numbers are high, you do get the odd person wander along West Street and walk through that residence area, which I totally understand from people who live up there. You don't really want people standing in your back fence watching a game of football. But yes, an area that we're talking to the people who live in the apartments and houses up there to just try and make that a little bit easier for them in the future.
Sutton down the left, ball one back. Now Farnham break, whipped over the top there from Sanders towards Dean and plays it to the goalkeeper. This is the level we're talking about today on Saturday Sport on the BBC Sounds app, BBC Sport website and app. Robin Graham, Paul Tanner, who managed this club for 8 seasons, is now a director. He also played here. Huge day. Ball now on the left hand side for Sutton, driven long over the top towards Wadham, and then Mason's got to be really careful here. Just kicks it up in his left back position, does well, and plays it to Mackenzie. Really good play. He drags it down to Sanders. There's space here. Liddell. Oh, and again they had Dean out on the right every time against Sutton's back three. Looks like there's an extra man. The quality of the ball just wasn't quite there then, but they could definitely get in behind Sutton again like they did early in this game to go 1-0 up. Now at the other end, the away side come forward. Ball out on that left-hand side. And again, played to the heart of the back three with Prusy now coming forward. Then in midfield to the back with Will Tizard now, formerly of Southampton's academy. Flicked into Jones, formerly of Aldershot. Jones again. And then back to Phipps, the goal scorer. 1-1 it is here. Sutton with all their outfield players in the Farnham half at the moment, but are forced back to the halfway line. And ball now to the left of their back three with Eden Pretty again. But Farnham at the moment holding their own here, and one apiece. Again, ball in the centre circle with Farnham, and the shouts I can hear in the distance, I think, are of Paul Johnson as well, just trying to get his side in shape here. Taylor goes down to chase the ball there for Farnham. Ball down the left. Good play here from Sutton. And it played into the penalty area, and across comes the number 5, who's Ryan Kinane, the captain, who belts it down the right channel. One back by Sutton, though, who've had a lot of possession in this first half. Back towards the halfway line, then goes back to the goalkeeper. And I can hear the bellows of the technical errors, just trying to get Farnham out a little bit here. And we know this is what Sutton will do. They'll try and wear Farnham down in this game, as they go long now down the right. And it's given away. And here's Sanders. Can Farnham break and make something happen? Ball to Taylor. Taylor over the top. Dean down the right. This is where the goal came from. Dean level with the edge of the penalty area on the right hand side. Can he get a cross in here? Dean up against the defender, puts it low, and it comes back off defender. Back to Dean, then intercepted by Sutton. Throw in on the right hand side, much better from the home side.
Yeah, they've had probably kind of 5 to 10 minutes of Sutton setting into the game and having lots of possession in Farnham's half. They've sunk a little bit, but been strong defensively, trying to intercept the ball at the right time, and showed a little bit of a counter there that we're still capable of perhaps nicking something on that little break if Sutton keep their possession levels as high as it has been.
Yeah, and I guess when you look at the kind of the level that we're talking about, I mean, this is a full-time football club, who've got. Not many of these players played in League 2, in fairness. In fact, I'm not quite sure how many did. I think there's only a couple, but you can still see. I mean, the National League now is virtually an extension of League 2.
Yeah, I kind of in my football time, I always think, and this is going to probably show how old I am. The National League now is like the old Division 4. It's it's run as professionally as the professional league. So you would expect maybe that extra little bit of fitness. Maybe a little bit of extra structure in the game. I mean, we're competing and defending well at the moment. Like I said, after the first 4 minutes, you kind of wondered what was going to happen next. But like I said, the game settled down, and maybe Sutton have had that little extra possession. But as long as we kind of defensively hold well, like the situation now, if we can break kind of in the middle third and try and catch them a little bit unawares as they've been high on the ground, you never know with the capabilities and the quality that we've got to be able to finish and maybe nick another one and get in front again.
1-1 here. That's the voice of Paul Tanner, the former manager here, now director at Farnham Town. Wadham on the ball a moment ago, now at the back of the Heart defence with Tickford now for Sutton United. 1-1 then in the FA Cup. And ball now played long down the left-hand side, looking to get in behind his Ogbonna, their left wing back. And it goes all the way through and comes to a chance for a goal kick, which Wallow are taking in just a moment. I think what I love about this ground is that little dip I can just see on the right side of his penalty area, the goalkeeper there. It's like a slope, isn't it? Did you really notice it out there as well?
It's funny because you can't, if you look to our left, both goal mouths have kind of got a huge camber on them. And that comes from many years ago where you weren't even seeding your pitch and people used to cut grass off from the area that we're actually sat on now, which used to be a full grass area. They used to re-turf the goal mouths and it used to build up and build up. And it's a bit historic, the kind of oval camber. But you're right, when you go and look at the right-hand goal from where we're sat, it kind of rolls off the goal. And then there's a small dip area. I mean, the pitch is in pretty good condition, but when you go over it, I should imagine certain levels of player would look at it and kind of think, it's a little bit all over the place. But it's come on massively over the last few years.
That's the voice of Paul Tanner alongside me here. 1-1 at the moment then here on the BBC. On the BBC Sport website and app, on BBC Sounds as well today on Saturday Sport. Crawley against Walsall to come from 3 o'clock. Sutton with the ball at the back. 19 minutes played. Robin Gray and Paul Tanner were your commentary team. Ball back now with Aziara, the goalkeeper for Sutton. And He's formerly of the Norwich Academy. Young 21-year-old in goal for them today. Long ball down the left channel, which is nearly dealt with by Kinane, and then he just has to step in. He gives it away, and Sutton in the penalty area here. Pull it back, and it's just intercepted. Comes to Jones, though. Jones plays it behind his man, who was Phipps, the goal scorer. Dangerous times for Farnham, that. Sutton didn't make the most of it. Now Sanders has it. Sanders plays to Liddell. Liddell's away. There's 4 on 3. If they play their cards right here, Mason down the left-hand side sent him a little bit wide. Just lost the momentum. But Mason out there again. Tries to go through his man. Tizzard comes across, and then Sutton play it out and clear it. Although Mackenzie's putting the press on. Sutton really good technically, playing their way out and find it to their right flank now. Played down the line just in front of us here. They go from left to right. Harris in field. Harris receives it again on the 1-2. Harris with the shot, deflected into the goalkeeper's arms. Uwala not going to drop that, and he's all green. He gathers it, runs away with the ball, and that's, Paul, you kind of summed it up brilliantly a few moments ago. That's how this game is setting now. Sutton possession, they press, try and play through Farnham, but when Farnham get it, they try and break, and there is the out ball there with the likes of Dean up front to make something happen.
I know the quality's in the side for that kind of movement to try and create an opportunity. A little bit concerned of us when we do break. You could just notice if Sutton get their possession, which they seem very confident in at the moment, even deeper in their half, they're moving the ball very quickly again, all over the area now, and we may become a little bit vulnerable from us going forward, because we looked a little bit open when we lost possession. The ball went a little bit too wide past Mason, and we struggled to kind of get back as quick as they did. I mean, that shows really what you were saying about a side which is full time. The sharpness definitely later on in the game may appear, so I think we've got to be wary of just making sure we don't concede again this half really, and maybe get another chance to go in front. But I think the game's turned out exactly like you said there. Sutton seem to be in possession, and we seem to be kind of playing on a little bit of a counter, but try not to be vulnerable when Sutton get the ball back again.
1-1, both the goals in the first couple of minutes. Sanders for Farnham, slotting it in brilliantly. Showed great composure as well in the box after receiving it from Dean. Took his time, which normally they probably would tell you not to do on a day like today. You can overthink it. Well, he did it brilliantly with the calmness of a professioned pro. And then Harry Phipps from the corner just literally less than 2 minutes later. It's all happened in the first 5 minutes. Since then, it has calmed down a bit. Long ball from Sutton down the left-hand side. Goes out of play. Farnham throw on the bank where the supporters on the side there go up the slope. They get higher and higher and higher. Packed in today. You've got a view, you've done well. If you've got a seat, you've done brilliantly well as well, which we'd have. We're very pleased for it. Farnham's clear there as the ball comes towards them at the back. It was Jack Dean, the fullback there, and they try and play it out to this left-hand side. Jones intercepts, Phipps back towards the back three, and Liddell and Sanders just try and make it all happen there, but they can't. Now Sutton come forward with a real bite about them. Harris slides in, and it goes back to Uwala, the goalkeeper, who just clears it left-footed right up front. Then comes to Sanders in midfield. Oh, high challenge, but won the ball. Play on, says the referee. Ogbonna down the left now for Sutton. Cuts in onto his right foot. Ogbonna skies it into the fans on the hill behind the goal there, and goes out for a goal kick. And on 23 and a bit minutes here, it is Farnham 1 of the 7th tier of English football, Sutton United 1 of the 5th tier of English football, both looking for a place in the first round proper of the FA Cup. And for context, that's where we start to dream about teams like Bolton Wanderers or Wigan Athletic or Blackpool perhaps coming here and playing at this level. Dean down the right hand side and played forward. Won by Taylor in midfield now for Farnham. Down the right-hand side. Sanders on the left-hand, on the left of the centre circle. All in the Sutton half this. Still going, Sanders just stopped and tried to trick his way through. Couldn't. They just lost some momentum there. And coming forward now. Long ball up towards the right. A chance for Naderson in the penalty area, pulls it back. Jones coming in, and it's slipped through. And Simper in for 2-1 to Sutton. It's blocked off the line. Brilliant from Sutton. Brilliant from Farnham to clear it away. You saw the good ball there from Jones, who threaded it through. It was Lewis Simper. Left-footed strike, cleared off the line. Good defending from Farnham, but worrying times for them at the same time, Paul.
That's the little incident I was talking about where we've kind of gone forward looking like we could maybe have an half opportunity. We lose the ball in the middle third, and Sutton have settled into the game where their confidence is kind of growing with the ball at their feet, and the way they react and play, their neat little passing areas around our 18-yard box, and we were lucky, very lucky there.
Jackson wins the ball off Naderson on the right flank, so it's across his own penalty area towards Dean. That's Jack Dean, the fullback. Then one back by Sutton into Ogbonna. Harris there as well, poked away to nobody. Phipps, they've got to switch on here, Farnham. Dangerous times as Harris into midfield. Simper again, who had that big opportunity just a moment ago. Phipps, the goal scorer. Ogbonna in from the left hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area. Back to Phipps, then to Naderson, who just peels out of the area. And every outfield player for Sutton in the Farnham half as they look to defend here. In towards Harris now. Harris, left-footed strike, deflected onto the roof of the net.
Yeah, very concerning at the moment. They're putting a lot of pressure on us with a bit of quality. I think it's the speed they're moving the ball, and knowing where they are with their little patterns around the 18-yard box, which is kind of making us look left and right, and without actually intercepting the ball and getting any possession back. And
Paul Johnson's going for it. I mean, every time they break, Liddell, Dean, Sanders are up there, but that's going to put more pressure on your defence.
Well, I think that's what you see in football, where a side in this game, especially now where it's settled down, is dominating possession. We're kind of looking like we're relying on a break where we've gained possession, maybe even at the top of our first third, and gone forward, because we definitely have the quality to go and try and create going forward. But I just think there's a little edgy time at the moment.
Corner taken towards Tizzard at the far post, keeps it alive. Phipps actually got the header in the end, cleared away. Here come Farnham away. Nicely done. Dean 1-2. Dean over the halfway line, slides into the ball. Can they break it to Sanders? Just couldn't quite get it back to him. And they commit the foul in the midfield in the end there, Farnham, to stop the breakaway. Wow, Owen Dean is quick. Sanders and him combined. And I just thought for a moment there he was going to run the length of the pitch and have his FA Cup moment.
It's teams like that kind of game from a Farnham point of view at the moment. I think we kind of, I wouldn't say we're hanging on defensively, but Sutton have definitely kind of got the ball a little bit stronger us in their possession. But those incidents where we're breaking, we've definitely, like I said, got players who can actually create something from that. But we're let's say we're adding to an exciting fixture.
Mackenzie intercepts on the left hand side. That's Paul Tanner, and this game means as much as to him as I'm sure anybody in a Farnham perspective today. Former manager, now director, who played here as well. Ball at the back with Sutton. Good pressure from Farnham over on their left. Now Sutton come forward. Ball into the striker Naderson, then who has it? Edge of the area to Jones. Escapes the offside. Back to Simper. Simper blocked. Good play from Mackenzie. Then one back by Liddell. Liddell tries to clear it away. And then they do. Dean down the right. Taylor. They're in again and they're off. They're bombing forward again. Farnham down the right and just intercepted Taylor there as he had Dean and Liddell for company. I think Sanders had made a run down the left as well. But when they go, they really go, Farnham on the breakaway. There's no doubt about that.
Fully capable of playing that kind of football. You don't often see it in many of the league games that we have. We like, to be honest, it's like a flip game where we like to get a lot of possession, maybe ground downsize to then maybe cause opportunities. But yeah, these breaking methods in the game you don't see too often, but yeah, hopefully we can kind of nick that extra kind of 25 metres and get in behind again like we did in the first minute or two.
Sutton down the left looking for Ogbonna. Across comes Captain Fantastic Ryan Kinane, who's had back-to-back promotions with this club, one of those who joined in 2023 under Ryan Johnson. Ball now at the heart of defence for Sutton. Long diagonal ball looking towards Simper. Comes to Naderson now. Out to the left hand side to Simper. To Ogbonna again. Good play by Sutton and their possession based play we've seen under Chris Agata. Cross in, cleared away by Kinane. Sanders tries to steal it. And Little puts some pressure on them. Back out to Will Tizard, who joined them from Queen's Park in the summer in Scotland. Into Naddison, a name you might have heard in Football League. That was
That's
late.
nasty. That
Double,
is nasty.
two-footed. Dean was fouled, and we're going to see Dean is down here. It was a 50-50 ball, but the studs looked up. We could see him a moment here. It's a big decision for the referee. I think I've maybe seen a yellow card already come out of his pocket, and he's going to have a word here with, I think it's Jack Wadham, isn't it, who is speaking to. It was 50-50. From this angle, it looked nasty, as you said. And it is yellow. It's not going to be a red. It's yellow. So that will... Well, now, I mean, look, I don't expect you, Paul, to say anything other than maybe you want a red card. I think we're just watching it again.
Yeah, no, I've just looked at the replay. I think, in all honesty, I might have a bit of claret and blue inside me, but that, from a football point of view, that didn't really look the best tackle at all. Let's borderline red there, definitely. And like I said, if you're from a Farnham Town point of view, you'd be definitely calling for a red card there.
Well, we've had it all inside the first 30 minutes. 2 goals inside the first 5. And a yellow card for Wadham there, but a 50-50 challenge. Studs did look up. And you know what the home faithful thought of it. You heard the noise.
It's a sudden different atmosphere after that tackle there.
A reminder how feisty this is. Well, it's a free kick for Farnham anyway. Yellow card to Wadham. Free kick on the halfway line, just inside the centre circle, inside their own half. They play it left, looking towards Dean. Heads it in from the right, and then kept alive, and the offside flag goes up there. In the end, it had sent forward the height of Kinane at centre back, but it is the part-timers, one apiece with Sutton United here. 7th tier of English football. A side who could only have really dreamt of a fixture like this. Did you get close to... How far did you get in your time as manager in the FA Cup?
We had a big fixture, which were, I've got to think now, 3 previous rounds, which I say a big fixture against Tooting and Mitcham. And if memory serves me right, I think we lost 2-1 there. But again, it was one of those games where we were back in step 5, and we kind of actually did well and probably deserved a replay. But again, it was the level showed out later in the game, and we struggled. And the 2-1 probably could have been 4-1. But yeah, no, that's the kind of the furthest wherever I kind of got to with it.
Well won back by Farnham, and Jackson, who intercepted on Naddison, the striker there, did really well. He's signed in the summer, apparently on loan from Gillingham, but he's well known to our part of the world. He's from Red Hill. He was picked up by Fleetwood, dubbed so the next Jamie Vardy whilst playing at Hawley Town. And since then, we've known him in terms of Crawley Town, and a bit of a legend there. He's also got FA Cup history. He scored in a 3-0 win for Crawley against Leeds, you might remember, when Leeds were in the Premier League a few years back. Now, he is at Sutton United. Long ball from Sutton through to the goalkeeper, Iwala, who plays it left-footed downfield. Ogbonna then has it in the left wing-back position. And they go back to Tizard there. Just got to try and make it stick a little bit, Farnham. We know how good they are on the break. But at the same time, Paul, alongside me, I think if they have the ball in this part of the pitch, you're not as worried. It's just how that can wear you down a bit sometimes.
Yeah, from where we've sat, the last 20 minutes really has kind of been around our 18-yard box and just outside. My kind of neck's slightly turned to the left-hand side now, which makes me feel a little bit better. It means we've got up the ground or up the pitch a little bit further, which keeps Sutton away from our 18-yard box, because like I said, they have started to look a little bit more threatening around our 18-yard box. They seem to be controlled in their attacking areas, where we seem to be kind of probably just as many times going opportunities, but in a completely different way. We kind of break.
Dean wins it back. Oh, couldn't quite find Sanders. Sutton have it again. Seeing here, Brandon Mason plays so high up on that left-hand side. He's like a left winger at times. As Jones brings it in from the right for the away side. So he led. He was at Aldershot, of course, and helped them to the FA Trophy win. Cross in from the right from Simper now for Sutton. Tries to let it go for a corner. It does in the end. And
always a little bit threatening here for them.
Yeah, well, that's where they scored from. And with 3 centre-backs on the pitch, you have 3 tall players, and Phipps in midfield's one of those as well. Taylor looks tall. Tizard is as well. You've got a lot of options in there, as well as a number 14, Eden Pruti as well. Corner in, headed high and away by Mackenzie. Good header. Little tussles for it on the edge of the box as Taylor actually then comes back into the area. Taken by the goalkeeper. Mason's on his bike. Oh, he'll be... I think he wanted that one. He made a 100-metre sprint run down this left-hand side. Instead, the clearance goes high into the Sutton half, and they win it. And then go over the top themselves towards Naddison. Kinane with the header. Taylor just gets there ahead of Jon Rushing Harris. Oh, brilliant turn. Nicely done. Down the line he goes towards Dean. That's Owen Dean. And now Sutton forward down the right. Attack towards Jones. Jones cross towards the far post. Has to be dealt with. Is initially. And then free kick won in the end as Jack Dean went to head it away. Ogbonna just caught the back of him, and it's a free kick to Farnham. With 9 minutes to go until half time. Be pretty... Well, you would have taken this, wouldn't you, Paul? 1-1 at this stage?
I think I definitely would be taking this. I'd have to say a little bit nervously over the last, like I say, 20 minutes. Sutton have definitely kind of got a little bit of what I would call more control over the ball and the game. But like I said, we're always threatening. I think we've got I wouldn't say we've got a little bit disjointed with how we've been breaking, but I think we've obviously Farnham have been a little bit wary of Sutton coming forward again. So, like I said, if I'm in that dugout in Mr. Johnson's shoes, I would probably be definitely just trying to make sure those next 8 or 9 minutes go by and we either keep it as it is or we do have a little bit more of a control break. Like
Dean and Jack Dean down the right. The 2 Deans winning a corner. Brotherly play between the 2 of them. Are certainly on the same wavelength there. And this is a big chance here. Taylor's got the corner. And maybe this is where Ryan Kinane... How tall is he? He must be 6 foot.
He's 6'4", I believe.
6'4". He looks even taller in this angle. Whipped in corner to come then for Farnham Town in the FA Cup. Oh, it's not. They take it short to Mackenzie. Comes back. Crossing opportunity here. Whipped in. Goalkeeper takes it.
This is the bit where I'm interested in how we kind of defend from our attacking period.
Well, the good thing is that there, David Azai, the goalkeeper, has just belted it out of play, and from that perspective, that gives Farnham a thrown in their right back position, which is what you want.
Again, like I said, I was quite interested in seeing what we did on from an attacking situation to how we were going to defend Sutton coming from deep in their own half. Because I just think we started to look a little bit vulnerable when they come forward quickly. But like I said, we're always...
Nearly won it down the right here. Little moment of hope there, but Sutton play it out. Eventually back to the goalkeeper and clear it down their left towards Ogbonna. Wonderful flick from him. That was terrific. Straight into midfield. Ball from Wadham now down the left-hand side. And Simper can't keep it in. And it is... Oh no, he got touched from a Farnham player. It is a Sutton throw on the left-hand side as the... I'd say... a huge following of supporters on the bank. Probably most of the capacity today is up on there. To my right, just watch on. Ball at the half defence for Sutton. I've said that a lot in this game because that's where it's been. But the scoreline is Farnham Town 1, Sutton United 1 here at the Memorial Grounds. And whatever you want to call these games, David against Goliath, part-timers against full-timers. It is the FA Cup as we love it, and the prize is a place in the FA Cup first round proper, where the Football League teams come in. Long ball towards Naddison there. Good defending there from Jackson to get his toe in. when nice play from Mason. Mason, calmly done, through to Liddell. Liddell turns now over towards Taylor. They just couldn't quite make the most of it, but it was really composed play out of defence, and that's something that takes a lot of bottle in a game with nerves, understandably. These Farnham Town players will have been thinking about it all week. And Sutton now have the ball at the back three. We've got 5.5 minutes to go until half time, plus stoppage time as well. Jones back to the defence here of Jack Taylor. Plays it down the left, intercepted, throw into Sutton United. Chris Agatar, I can see him there on the edge of the area, prowling the touchline, barking instructions. He's had a full week to work with them as well. He took charge of their 0-0 draw last weekend. Hadn't had that much time though. Jones in midfield here, nice ball forward. Here's Phipps, the goal scorer. Phipps onto his left foot, and he's intercepted Mackenzie brilliantly, and holding midfield does well. Plays it down the right channel to Dean. Owen Dean now on the ball into Taylor. Taylor takes his time, does really well. Then to Sanders, the Farnham scorer. Then over the top towards Mason, although Liddell's going to go for it. Liddell by the corner flag, left-hand side. Keeps it in, does he? I think Sutton just win it back. And in the end, it's a Sutton throw. In their right-back position, we've got the TV scaffolding that's been put in especially for today just in front of me here where that ball's thrown from, as well as a massive pillar. So I'll say we did well to see that Farnham Town goal go in front today. Addison tries to get it forward for Sutton, and then Farnham in midfield give it away. Oh, good tackle. I think the ball was won, or no, maybe not. Well, there was a nick of a ball there. Yellow card then. It'll be, was in the end though, a crucial foul, if you can call it that. And Farnham will get a yellow card, I think. So it is, and it'll be a free kick to Sutton United.
I think you'll
just
see that.
Actually seeing who that yellow card was for in the end.
I think it was leg.
Leg, it was. Yeah, it was leg, yeah. In midfield. On ball forward, down the right, and the Farnham right, the Sutton left. Goalkeeper comes out and takes it. Yeah, Tom Leggett was in the academies at Southampton and both Aston Villa. And is not looked out of place today in midfield. Long ball forward then by Farnham, put out of play, and it's a throw-in on the right-hand side for the home side. Well, you take this. How much is it though, Paul, in this game about preserving energy as well, which you're not going to do, because as it goes on, that's where gaps start to form, isn't it? Or you're not planned for that on days like today.
I think really you kind of probably, if you're going to go into real detail, you would try and speak about that, because again, this
just stay with this here. Owen Dean in the area, takes it down and volleys it towards the far post. It was a lovely dinked ball over the top. Dean took it down and right-footed just bounced the ball into the ground, and it went into the goalkeeper's hands, and that was a decent opportunity for him.
It's a strange half, really, but you kind of stop and think about kind of where chances have been. We've actually had two far better chances than what Sutton have had, but I think what Sutton have done is control the ball a little bit better, which has kind of pushed us back. But those open opportunities when we do get forward, by a long way, we've had two golden chances, really.
Azia in the
but again, like we said, it was something about nerves and stages of game. You're conserving energy and things like that. I think this leading up to the end of the first half, I think we've come alive the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, here's Mackenzie today. I'll tell you what, at one moment now I thought Sutton were going to be in with Addison. He played a really poor ball back. Now at the other end, it's Owen Dean down the right, but intercepted by Sutton. Both sides be kicking themselves there, really. They didn't make more of those opportunities they were presented.
Yeah.
As Azia plays it out in the goal, and then over to the left with O'Bonner, and then into the heart of defence. Pretty now to this right-hand side. Into midfield it goes. Simper takes over. Simper tries to get through Mackenzie, then fouls him after. And it's a Farnham free kick just inside their own half. And that added on time is upon us nearly. 30 seconds or so until the 45 is up.
Matt McKenzie he's a brilliant player for breaking up play at the right time. Everything's very timely with him. Like I said, even that little tackle there, that kind of gives us the ball back and hopefully puts us in a strong position just leading up to half time.
Awala with a clearance down the right is headed in by a Sutton player, and Jack Dean wins it back to Owen Dean. Now Jack Dean again. Mackenzie nicely done out to the right hand side, taken down by Leggett. Leggett to the edge of the area. Oh, Jack Dean intercepted as he just muscled out of it in the end. Sutton try and break. Added time is 2 minutes as Awala comes out, plays it nicely, deals with the danger. Jackson across to Ryan Kinane, and Farnham go down the right to Jack Dean, just put out of play in the end, and it's a throw in to Sutton, left hand side, which now be brought forward by Sutton and intercepted by Mackenzie. Mackenzie pokes it forward. Again, can't quite get it there. Lots of excitement from the Farnham fan. Some of the younger fans trying to get their high fives ready at half time in front of us here. And what they'll be hoping, as it might be a chance for one back here. I was going to say to go in 1-1, but it might be and go in front. Taylor down the left. Sutton deal with it. Clear it away to Mason. Mason here for the home side. Mason 1-2 in the penalty area, intercepted, and Sanders can't quite get it back, and now Sutton will try and bring it away. And on they go now to Simper on this right hand side, coming forward over the halfway line. Is he fouled by Mason? No. As Farnham Town fan shouts get up next to me. Long ball down the left, brushed aside. Jones now on the halfway line again. 30 seconds left of those added 2 minutes. Harris in the penalty area, just peels out to the right hand side. Few rolls of the ball. Jones with a throw in now, right hand side. Farnham 1, Sutton 1 in the FA Cup. Here's Harris now, high into the area, coming into the far post, taken down by Arbonner. Out comes the goalkeeper, Ola, and that should almost take them there. Farnham Town 1, Sutton United 1 at the break, and well, Zawala does belt it clear. That is half time. Well, it has been a huge occasion as we expected going into this, but at the break it was more about what happened at the start of this game, where Daryl Sanders made an FA Cup moment he'll probably remember for the rest of his life, scoring the goal that put Farnham Town 1-0 up inside the first 2 minutes. But then just as this place was bursting into excitement, Harry Phipps from a corner equalised with a bullet header. Free header, it has to be said, inside 5 minutes. But at the break, it is Farnham Town 1, Sutton United 1. And Paul Tanner, the former Farnham Town manager, alongside me. And just seeing Paul Johnson going into the tunnel there, high-fiving some players, I think he'd be happy.
Overall, you've got to be kind of very happy with how you're kind of walking in at half time there. Obviously, as we've seen, there's been like little incidents which are kind of maybe being a little bit of a concern through the first 46 minutes, but no, you'd be very happy going in. I think if Paul can just tweak a few things, maybe have that extra luck, but like I honestly believe we've still got another goal in us. We've created better opportunities in front of goal against a side which looks very composed on the ball, but like I said, I think we've shown exactly what we're capable of doing.
And also, when you look at the game, I mean, how and the way they've dealt with that occasion, I think that's the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I kind of there were certain times in the first half that I kind of thought the occasion or the nerves were getting to them a little bit when Sutton started getting more control of the ball, got on top of them and had more 18-yard play against Farnham. But overall, I think they've shown the confidence and belief that they had, because they've kept creating those opening breaks and looking to want to do that and want to go and score, instead of maybe that 10-minute period where they had sunk on their 18-yard box. But again, 2 goals like they were, I think both teams were a little bit unsure of not conceding themselves again, which allowed Sutton to perhaps get that extra possession and push Farnham back a little bit. But they've dealt with it well. They've dealt with it defensively. Like I said, there have been maybe a couple of odd mistakes, but from Farnham's point of view, which has let Sutton in. I mean, Ryan Kinnane's made a little error on the byline. They've got a half opportunity there. Zaki's made an early mistake, which has let them in. But other than that, other than good possession around the 18-yard box, I've not really seen Sutton open Farnham up clearly and have an opportunity like we've had.
Well, I can just see Harry Cooksey as well, just chatting to some supporters in front of us. Who might be the hero in the second half? We'll have to wait and see. Well, it's been everything we expected, perhaps, and more. But at half-time, it is Farnham Town 1, Sutton United 1.
Out with Kathy Caton.
We kind of grew our representation at Pride. It's really a wonderful thing to be part of.
Like with all good queer things, mainly it comes through gossip.
Everybody can be included in this conversation.
How brave and carefree we were.
There's a lot of humour, there's a lot of wit, but there's also moments of real sort of tenderness.
They're more shocked by the content than by my handwriting. I'll be honest, my handwriting's quite good.
The importance of unapologetic queer art.
Sometimes it's okay to go a bit mad. We all do.
Kathy Caton.
Please join me Wednesday evening from 9 on BBC Radio Surrey.
Sure, it's going to be gorgeous.
Saturday Sports.
BBC Radio Surrey.
Well, you're listening to an extended Saturday Sport. Robin Gray here from the Memorial Ground. Farnham 1, Sutton 1 at half-time in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. After this one is over, we'll be turning our attentions to the League 2 match between Crawley and Walsall, where Gary Smith and Tony Vesti will bring you full match commentary. And we've also got, though, 4 FA Cup ties this afternoon. Woking host fellow National League side Brackley Town, while managerless Eastbourne Borough host Boreham Wood. Farnborough away at Braintree as well. We'll be hearing from their manager Spencer Day shortly. But we also have a mouth-watering derby to look forward to. Dorking Wanderers host Aldershot Town. You'll be able to hear that on the BBC Sport website and app. And we'll go to our commentator Adrian Harms shortly. But first, let's hear from the Dorking boss Mark White. Wanderers have never been beyond this stage, and White's been telling me in his own usual way that he hopes the Dorking gods are shining over them this weekend.
Yeah, it's quite bizarre, right? Because it'll be, to a degree, it's our biggest underachievement, but in actual fact, getting there will be a huge achievement when you consider we came from the very lowest level of football, step 17. No club has ever come from step 17 and got to the first round of the FA Cup proper. I feel like if we're going to make that leap, it'll be off the back of a local derby, sold out Meadowbank. What a great opportunity to have just a brilliant day. I kind of like the way it's worked out.
Tell me about this year then, Mark, compared to all the others. I mean, how's this season been?
Well, it's listen, I mean, in the league, it's standard stuff, really. Early season, long way to go. Form's okay. Probably need to be a bit better. Probably will be as the league season, gets into earnest. But the cup, really, we've won a few games. It's been a bit of an albatross, It's been a bit of a red herring, maybe, for the club. Famously, actually, people know that we've never got there. And I've tried everything, Robin. I've tried everything. I've tried to play it down. I've tried to play it up. I've no more solutions to win this game.
I was going to say, what are you going to try with? What are you going to try with us?
Well, exactly. I mean, I've worn my lucky jacket, and it wasn't lucky for that game. So I think when the Wanderers gods decide, then they'll decide it's our turn.
And you'll draw, and you'll get through, and you'll draw Bolton away, and you get a load of money for the club.
it is that type of competition. It's a real meal ticket if you can go a game or two. I mean, you could feasibly, you could get an easier time the second round than you did the first round. And that's why a few teams every year tend to go to the third round. And then, like Bromley last year, get that plum tie at Newcastle away where they get 50% of the gate. That's every club's dream.
With how angry you were after that Horsham defeat, I think I've heard you say in another couple of podcasts before, it was mostly because of actually how financially damaging that result was for the club as well.
Yeah, it is. The FA Cup is, you can't budget for it as a business because it's an added bonus, right? But it's hard to take the owner hat off when you've got winnable games. Did it tomorrow? It's really winnable, but if we don't happen to fall over the line, I don't think I'll be as angry as I was at Horsham. I felt that was a game that we should have won. But yeah, no, I genuinely have no answers as to how to play this one, outwardly, inwardly, anyway. I don't know whether I need to put pressure on myself or not. I just think I've got a feeling the Wanderers gods are going to deliver. That is all if I'm being really honest, I've got a feeling we're going to win.
Well, the question is, will they win? Adrian Harms is your match commentator at Meadowbank this afternoon. Adrian, we've had FA Cup fever. I think it will well and truly hit Dorking as well today. And what an occasion with Dorking looking to try and make it to that first round proper for the first time. And Aldershot coming into it, and fair to say, not in the best of ways at all.
Yeah, absolutely, Robin. Actually, this takes me back 33 years ago. I remember I was at this ground when the old Dorking Football Club made it through to the fourth qualifying round of the FA Cup, and they beat Farnham here and then went through to the first round proper. They then played here on a mud heap of a pitch and lost to Plymouth, who were then managed by Peter Shilton by 3-2. That's a long, long time ago when the old Dorking Football Club went out of business. Dorking Wanderers are now the side, and as you say, this could be an upset today. Aldershot have only won one of their last 9 games in the National League. Dorking themselves 9th in National League South. They're undefeated here in 6 games, and this is an all-weather pitch, which is also a great leveler as well. So it's a game with a potential upset on the cards, but the Shots have got an awful lot of injury problems for this game. We heard from Tommy Widrington yesterday talking about the amount of injuries they've got. So we could be in for a really cracking tie.
Yeah, and for Dorking, I think, given where they're on the league, I know that's one of obviously the key things to try and get back up to the National League. But we know that the Cup can provide some great moments, and it is really surprising in their history. Sorry, someone here's just won the crossbar challenge and hit it twice, Adrian. That's why.
What do they
You'd
win?
think there'd been a goal. I don't know what they win, but what do they win, Paul, alongside me? They win hang on, I'll get you to put your mic on, Paul. Tell me what they win.
That is anything free from the merch shed. It now have one go midway between 18 yard, £100 in cash if he hits it this time.
What does he win this time? £100 in cash?
£100 cash.
Wow, Adrian, Adrian, stay there, but we've got to do this because this is the biggest noise in the goal. Here it comes, 18 yard. Oh no, he's absolutely.
He's let himself down there.
Tore it wide. Has he to get another go?
You get three hits from the halfway line, and if he scores it, even on the bounce, and he hits the crossbar, you listen here. You'll get a drink. You have to buy the ground a drink. The club will give everyone a drink after the game.
Wow, that would be. I think that it would be insane, wouldn't it? Let's. We'll see how it goes, Adrian. That's just the sort of thing that Mark White would do. I was just in the process of talking about him and what it would mean to him. But it really would. It's the part of their story they've not got, Dorking.
It's that insane that probably.
Yeah, absolutely, Robin. And I heard you talking to Mark yesterday and saying it'd be the first time that this club has gone, or a club has gone from step 17 into the first round proper of the FA Cup. So, what an opportunity for Dorking. They're at home, they're in a decent spell of form, the shot's not in great form, and of course the financial side comes into it, does it? I mean, nearly 10 grand up for winners today, £9,300 for the winners. Then if you can get into the first into the first round proper rather, £45,000 if you win. So suddenly the money really starts to rack up as well.
It certainly does. So this guy, AJ, we've got to finish this now. I've started, so I finished. The guy here at Farnham is dropping the ball on the halfway line. He's going to bounce it and see whether he can bounce it and hit a crossbar. And the whole ground gets a drink. That is never going to hit the crossbar. It's gone wide, unfortunately. But Adrian, we'll be back with you shortly. Thank you very much for being with us. Also, just a reminder that we've got that game. It's Dorking Wanderers against Aldershot to come on the BBC Sport website and app. We'll also be having Woking against Brackley Town as well. That is on the BBC Sport website and app. We'll be following Farnborough as well away at Braintree today. Not the most glamorous of ties, but Spencer was telling us last night that was something he was really still looking to try and get the club to that round of the competition. So we'll also be talking later on about Worthing. They're in action on Monday. They play against Forest Green Rovers as well on Monday. That one's at 7:30. That'll be commentary on the BBC Sport website and app. But right now we're talking about Farnham Town against Sutton United in the FA Cup. We're at half-time. It's 1-1 and we'll have second half commentary next.
Hello, I'm Alan Partridge, and in this series, I'm exploring the mental health of the nation. Are we sleepwalking into isolation, as one might sleepwalk nude into a kitchen? I'll be talking to an actual expert, rather than just a confident person with a podcast. Dr. Marion, do you mind me saying that you don't blink? In Britain's first ever documentary about mental health, I'm stopping, crouching down, and asking, how are you? It's Alan Partridge.
Watch all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
Hello, it's Robin Gray here with you on Saturday Sports, where at half-time it's Farnham Town 1, Sutton United 1 in the FA Cup, fourth qualifying round. The winner is in that prize draw, which will take place after Worthing against Forest Green on Monday. In fact, I think it's before, I should say. And that is where they could draw, well, anyone really from League 2. Maybe it's a bit early alongside me today to talk about having maybe what might come next in this tie, but I might ask Paul Tanner that in just a moment. First, though, let's have a recap to how the first half sounded. Dean, this is their danger man. Dean down the right, skips past his man, keeps going down the right here. Dean, early ball in towards the far post. This is a chance for Farnham to open the scoring here. Good play. Yeah. Into the net. It's brilliant. It's Daryl Sanders onto his right foot, who slides it past the goalkeeper. And inside 2 minutes, 7th tier Farnham Town lead National League side Sutton United by 1-0. Corner taken, free header, 1-1. 1-1.
There you go.
And Sutton have equalised here from the corner, whipped in, free header, and it was about 8 yards out. And it was Harry Phipson back into the team today who rose and nodded it into the net. Well, inside for the first 6 minutes, we've had 2 goals already. Farnham 1, Sutton 1. So that's how it stands at half-time. The Farnham players out to the left for this second half, ready to go. We're still waiting for Sutton, of course, led by Chris Agata, the former Worthing boss, and Dean Hammond as well here today. Well, alongside me, who has been taking it all in, as you can imagine, is Paul Tanner, the former Farnham Town manager. Paul, how are you feeling out of the second half? What would you be saying if it was you, manager, in there?
In Farnham's changing room, I'd definitely be making sure that the confidence and the belief is still up. Maybe, like I said, during the first half, we were a little bit untidy on a couple of defensive areas. Gave the ball away, maybe in an area deep to our goal where you wouldn't want that to happen as Sutton advance their possession. But overall, I think you've just got to keep the belief up. And like I said before the end of the half, the actual opportunities in front of goal, Farnham have come out on top on. little concern maybe when you're playing up against a full-time side that you might get a little bit drained mentally, which takes that physical side, all the energy out of you as the game goes on if it stays like this. But I think if I was stood in Paul Johnson's shoes and it did stay like this and we were approaching the end of the game, that's the one thing you want it to do, stay as it is, and then maybe a Tuesday night. But I think being positive, I honestly believe that we've got another goal in us, and I don't like to say it with the second half starting, but I don't think there's many games that we haven't scored attacking the clock end. That's where our supporters are, and we tend to make sure, like I said, get one more goal. And I think Sutton approach to it could be a little bit different, but I think as their professional levels will show, it wouldn't affect them that much. They will keep doing the same things and believe in their own selves.
Underway for the second half. That's Paul Tanner, the former Farnham boss, with us. Farnham 1, Sutton 1. FA Cup at its best, this non-league, 2 non-league sides, 1 full-time, 1 part-time, and the story was that Farnham took the lead and then Sutton equalised in the first 5 minutes. Now we're into the second half as Sutton have it over the top. And of course, no extra time here. It does go to a replay. Ball goes back to the goalkeeper, which I think normally, Paul, would be this Tuesday or Wednesday night.
I think it would be this Tuesday, from what I understand. Yeah.
Well, we might all be off to Sutton. Who knows?
Familiar ground there. My son was there for a little while on a little scholarship before getting released, so I kind of still know 2 or 3 people up there.
Very good. Gander Green Lane?
That's right.
It's called, isn't it? Yeah. 1-1 as Frissy has it and plays it back to their goalkeeper, David Aziaya, the former Bromley goalkeeper. He played a little bit in elsewhere in Kent as well, at Dover and Dartford. So South East is somewhere he knows in his career.
I'm not sure we'll see the excitement of the first half starting as we started the second half. I think both managers have probably tried to calm each team down to an extent where it becomes a little bit more technical and possession led with the ball.
Ball looking for Liddell there from Sanders, who scored one of those early goals and can't quite set Liddell free. This is somebody who played for Eastbourne Borough this time as well as Walton Casuals as well. Started his career at Reading. Ball down the right hand side to Nadesan there, striker for Sutton. Back into midfield with Phipps as well. Now down the right, long ball played forward, intercepted brilliantly by Mackenzie, then Brandon Mason, then into Sanders. Mackenzie again, nice triangle from Farnham. Mason again, has to be careful. They've done well here though, they're really good on the ball, and you know, as much as I've maybe played the David and Goliath side of this game out, as Uwala just skies it high, not too much distance on it. Headed back forward by Sutton. Had to be careful here. Canane has to put it out. In the end, not actually quite for a corner. Hoyt's back in by Simper. The goalkeeper takes it this time. But Farnham, of course, have bought players from who played higher up. There's no doubt about that. And I think the way they're going would probably be a match for most sides, certainly in the National League South. Paul, would that be probably fair?
That's definitely the kind of aim that we're looking for. I mean, having 2 back-to-back promotions and...
We'll just stay with this. Taylor coming forward, whips the ball into the area.
Yes!
1! Farnham Town leads! Taylor down the right, and it's Darryl Sanders again, who puts it into the net, slides it in from 8 yards out. And just 3 minutes into the second half, the cup shot could be on again. Farnham Town 2, Sutton United 1.
What can you say? So that end, we always score at that end, and to get again a timely goal to maybe make Sutton think again in the game now, I think the thoughts will be different. Scoring in the second half early are completely different than scoring early in the first half, and I think look at Sutton's body language now. That's a little bit more of a shock than actually they expected in this first.
Well, they all came running down the bank to celebrate. It's where there are tons of Farnham Town supporters dotted up there with the houses in the background, and a true FA Cup moment for Sanders, who puts it into the net. Brilliant play from Taylor down the right. It just opened up for them. Sutton backed off, and Farnham Town lead again. 2-1. against Sutton United as Sutton's long ball goes through to the goalkeeper. And wow, Paul Tanner, what a moment that might be.
Again, it's a different feeling than the first goal that we've scored. I just think starting like that in the second half, we will grow in it. I've seen it before with us. Kicking that towards that end, we tend to kind of keep going at it. Slightly better control. It was a great move, and what a great goal. I think we scored 2 great goals, in all honesty, at different times of the game. And like I said, if you look at the overall game that we've watched right up to this minute, Sutton have definitely kind of had a little bit more of the ball possession, but they've had an opportunity from a set play where we've not defended well, but we've scored 2 great goals to go back in front.
Mason just deals with it brilliantly in defence. They've grown as well in sort of calmness, I think, in this game. Long ball towards Sanders, just intercepted and belted down the right channel by Sutton, headed back by Farnham. Now bit of control in midfield for Sutton and Jack Wadham, who's fouled. Free kick. Didn't like that one. You didn't, Paul, but neither did your home supporters as well. Oh, and then giving away to Dean. And Dean's in! And Dean's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper! And he hits it straight at him! No. Oh, that could have made it 3-1, and it really should have done.
Oh, dear, that's a timely miss, unfortunately. That would have sent them very quiet. Oh, dear, that's unlucky. That's unlucky.
Well, Owen Dean won't want to see that one again. And now here comes Sutton at the other end with Simba coming forward into the penalty area. Slid across off the defender and into the goalkeeper, who just chests it down. Well, Dean won it back and Sutton lost it in their defence. And he took it down on the edge of the box. Goalkeeper came out and he tried to slide it past him. And in the end, it was straight at him. And, and he's been brilliant today. He was brilliant then, the way he made it happen. But that felt like that was a
that I think if we'd scored there would have been at least another 10-15 minutes where Sutton would be shell shocked, which eats minutes up in this second half, which gives 3-1 lead at that stage. I probably would have been thinking very confidently that we would be nearly there, which you never know. Like I said, I guarantee this half that we will definitely keep going forward.
Well, Farnham 2, Sutton 1 on 56 minutes. Challenge in there from the Farnham midfielder, who gets a yellow card. Or was it Liddell, actually? It was Liddell coming back from up front, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's a yellow card, and it was on Addison, just in front of this stanchion in front of us. So free kick to Sutton, just over the halfway line to the left of the centre circle. And it'll be taken by, I think, probably their number 8, Lewis Simper here, who used to play for Cambridge United. He actually had a loan spell at Woking as well. Woking supporters may remember him. That there. So left-footed it'll be from Simper, diagonal into the penalty area. The heads go up at the far post, but Ryan Cananes is the one that meets there. That's the Farnham Town captain who gets there. Then Mason plays it long up towards Dean, down the left. Dean tries to barge the wing-back Jones out of the way, and then just brings it down and plays it to man again, Simper, and Sutton have it here. But the drums are going and the mood is good, because it's Farnham Town 2, Sutton United 1 here as we hit 53 minutes. Well, it's been the story of the start of both halves. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, then Farnham going in front just after half-time here. Jones on the right-hand side, though, for Sutton, who are looking for a response in the glorious sunshine here in Surrey today. Jones again, 1-2 in field. 30 yards from goal, right-hand side, just plays it out there. Harris is there as well. And then it's back with Jack Taylor, who had a loan spell at Burgess Hill Town as well in his career. And then Phipps has it now. All in Farnham's half, this, but not in a threatening area yet. Could be now, though, because Bonner's got pace. And he tries to take on Dean, and then Dean gets himself the right side of him and is pushed in the back. Really good play, that, from Jack Dean. And it is a Farnham Town free kick in their right-back position. And we're going to see a change here already from Farnham. Sam Evans is going to come on, and Adam Liddell's going to come off. What will be the thinking then What are we getting here, do we think, Paul?
I think he's protecting 11 players out there a little bit. Adam is always a little bit kind of on the tightrope with a yellow card, and taking one that early on in the second half. The last thing I think Paul would want is to go down to 10 men over maybe another half tackle, which is a yellow card, and then be in a different ball game completely there. So I think that's just probably a little bit tactical of making sure that we still have 11 players
Farnham.
on the field.
Evans just on the pitch, now has it, receives it from Dean, and he wins a corner. Brilliant play already from Sam Evans, who was their record signing back in March, signed from Slough. 6 goals so far this season, and a corner to come now from Joe Taylor. He had a bit of height, and as good as Farnham have been, it's been difficult to make the ball stick up there today, hasn't it? They've had to play over the top. He might make it stick as this game goes on.
Yeah, he's an all-round good forward. He's got quick feet for a big lad. He's got heading ability, and like you say, with a little bit of extra hold.
Here comes the corner, whipped in towards Kinane, and came off him in the end and goes out for a goal kick.
No, slightly different kind of area of play now with Sam up there.
And record signing, I'm not going to ask you to tell me the figure, but clearly you had I think the club had a lot of hope in him as well. Imagine bringing him in.
Massively. I think it was a good investment for the club, and being their first signing of that area, he's definitely got a lot in him, Sam. I think he just needs to make sure he carries on doing what he's doing, get the minutes. He's a young lad.
Sutton in here, right hand side of the box. Simper just gets there, and then actually really good work there from Joe Jackson, who just won the ball in front, steps across and then cleared it away. Then Evans wins it, although Mason gives it away. Then towards an Anderson now. Harris has it, then Ogbonna on the edge of the area tries to get there. Sliding in is Farnham defender Jack Dean, who wins a free kick. So I think he was caught after it was cleared. And on 56 minutes, it's still 2-1 to the home side. Good defending there, I think, from Jack Dean, who...
Jack's been one of our most consistent players this season. He's been, I think his kind of rewards have come with a contract now for 18 months. In all honesty, he's probably been my player of the season at the moment. Very old head on a young player where he kind of reads things, he competes. You couldn't fault him this season at all.
Brandon Njoku is going to come on for Jack Wadham, who also was in on a yellow card. He signed from Cambridge in the summer, young striker. So obviously trying to add to that, and I think Simper just moves back into midfield now. Farnham though clear it up to Evans. Evans takes it down to Owen Dean. Owen Dean just nicely does it and plays it out to the right where Taylor's waiting. Taylor down to Jack Dean at right back. Plays it forward to Owen Dean, turns, he knows he's got time. Jack Taylor out on the right hand side now. What can he do from this cross on his left foot? Can he whip it in again? He's put some wicked deliveries in. He tries to the near post and just headed away on the edge of the 6-yard area by Sutton, who play out and then lose it. Oh, and then it was Leggett who couldn't quite sort his feet out to get it. Ball out to the right again though, kept in by Owen Dean, headed away from Sutton, the edge of their penalty area. And then Ogbonna swipes for it. Jack Dean heads it up. Ogbonna heads it up. Head tennis galore. And Njoku, the substitute. Header again from Dean. Head tennis in there. Mackenzie, though, down to Dean. Dean plays it through to Evans. Out comes the goalkeeper, who belts it away. And that'll go out, I think, for a Farnham throw on their right. But... yeah, Evans already made an impact up there, I think, Paul, fair to say.
Yeah, he's going to put himself about up there. He's keen as mustard. He loves to get involved, loves to score goals. You speak to him off the pitch and his enthusiasm's massive for the club. I think he went through Woking Academy and signed a 1 year there and then moved on to Slough. But, I should imagine, like I said, in a game like this, he's definitely going to be up for trying to make sure he gets another goal for Farnham.
Simper for Sutton in midfield. Plays it back. We're on 59 minutes here. Farnham Town 2, Sutton United 1. The cup shock is on as it stands here. But they're against a side with a lot of ability, including Harris there, who just has the ball. Former Carlisle and Fulham man. And then has it again. Plays it to the left. Ogbonna coming in, left-hand side of the area, across goal. And it's 2-2. And it's the Njoku, the substitute, who's come off the bench, who slid in and put it into the net. And I was speaking about that quality. Well, the cross was across that 6-yard box. And Brandon Njoku, the substitute, has stabbed it home. And it means on the hour mark, it is Farnham Town 2, Sutton United 2.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit of a similar pattern, even though we were kind of still living on that little 2-1 win or result at that moment in time. The 23 for Sutton's done really well there. He's used his strength just coming out of midfield and opened the play up on their left-hand side, and again, a quality finish. Like I said, that same pattern, nearly a similar timing, I should imagine, with it becoming 2-2.
Jack Dean takes the throw now down the right, though, for Farnham, looking for a response. Evans up there. High clearance from Sutton up towards Addison. Onto Njoku here. Njoku's in. Edge of the penalty area. Goalkeeper comes out. Njoku, he passes it past him, and Ryan Kinane had covered the line and got there. Really worrying times that for the home side, but he did well, and now they're trying clear again, although Harris has it as two players collide. Then Mason in again, and then belted away by Farnham. And Evans over the top, and here's Taylor now, right hand side. Dean's in the area, Dean's to the far post. Yes! Owen Dean's done it!
Yes!
And he's put Farnham Town in front.
Yes. What a reaction!
A seesaw game, and some occasion as it stands for Farnham Town, who are leading Sutton United by 3-2, and Owen Dean came racing in. He's that man, and he put it into the net. Well, is that shock on again?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't care if the game goes on like this, and if they want to equalise, it looks like we're going to score again. As long as we score that winner around about 90 minutes, if they do equalise again, I can't believe that. I'll tell you, Owen will always come up with a goal. He's had a couple of opportunities and probably should have put us 3-1 up, but what timing again to be able to put us back in front. And I'll tell you something, I was watching Sutton's body language. There was a lot of verbal going between the 14 and the 18 there. They're not happy with each other at all, and what a perfect reaction.
Well, once again, that ball over the top and then Joe Taylor having it, He's put that ball in. A brilliant play from Evans to work with him as well. But we've said all game that they're always there on the break, Farnham. They are always there over the top. And for as much as Sutton have had of the ball, that has been the part where they've always had the outlet. And even at this stage of the game, they've scored 3 goals from it. 3-2 they lead. 62 minutes on the clock. Here comes a change.
Oh, you've got the Surrey Zidane now.
Yeah, the Surrey Zidane comes on, and you know who that is. Well, if you watch Love Island, you'll know who he is. Harry Cooksley comes on. He was on BBC Radio Surrey's breakfast programme yesterday, talking about how his life had changed from having selfies all over the place. Well, I tell you what, now he's got a bigger job than finding his other half on Love Island. He's got to try and steady the ship in midfield here and get Farnham Town to the first round proper of the FA Cup.
It shows the depth in the squad when you've got a player like Harry coming on.
Well, here he is. Pink boots, mullet haircut, right hand side. Takes it to the corner flag, just kept it from Sutton. No, he's got it again here. Cooks in, he crosses the ball in. Oh, and it's just cleared away. And then incoming at the far post was Taylor.
What an input that would have had straight away.
Sutton just about scamper it clear. Farnham try and build it again. Handball from Jones is that, surely. Looked like it on the edge of the area. Taylor, though, to Mason on the left-hand side. And he plays it down the line. Mackenzie coming in. And back it goes to Isaiah. This game has been crazy. 3-2 Farnham in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. And then Cooksley goes down this time. Then Dean wins it back. Here's Dean. Cooksley with him. Plays it to the left looking for Evans. And he's won back by Sutton. Well, I'll need to lie down after this, but I'm not a Farnham Town fan. You are, Paul. You'll need a double lie down.
I'll tell you, it's lucky you got the blood monitor here, because my blood pressure is going up every minute this game's going on. And that's purely because Cooksley is wearing pink boots. It's ridiculous.
Listen, he's probably got a brand to keep up now. Do you know how many followers he's got on social media, Paul?
Now, God, I, when it was going on, and I don't like to admit that I watched every episode, I think they were racing up kind of close to the 1 million mark, but I don't know where he's at now.
You'll catch him up one day, you know. 3-2 Farnham. That's Harry Cooks that we're talking about. Farnham on the ball, though, with his midfielder partner, Mackenzie there. And Sutton have the ball on the right-hand side. What a game and a cup tie this has been. You really do not want to turn us off, because I could not begin to imagine what will happen in the next 25 minutes or so. 65 minutes played. 3-2 Farnham. Long ball down towards Naderson on the right-hand side. Headed out of play by Farnham, who defended brilliantly. And Ryan Kinane, the tower at the heart of defence there, stepping in. And I just see Dean Hammond sitting on a water drinks cooler, former Albion midfielder. All over to the left-hand side now for Sutton. And O'Bonnor onto his right foot, curls it towards the far post and coming in, free header and off the line. Just Jones it was, the former Aldershot man. Headed it across goal and it was just cleared by Farnham. It looked like it was going to go in on the line, but they keep their lead as Mason does brilliantly, hits it against the Sutton player, and a goal kick to Farnham.
I tell you, I'm not sure where the next goal's going to come from. I mean, I do hope it's from Farnham's point of view, but yeah, to watch a game like this and being involved how I am now, it's brilliant. You're going to ask for anything more?
Well, the supporters have kept them going behind that goal, but it's just been fairy tale after fairy tale. You dream sometimes of these games when they're tough, not just of winning, but just that goal moment. To have 3 on home turf against Sutton United has just been magical for Farnham. Evans holds it up brilliantly.
I kind of think that shows the credit where the squad's got to, and even the whole club as a club, really, where we're competing with clubs and sides like this. And like I keep saying, I think we've just had better opportunities. If you look back at Owen's chance before he did go and score, we could be further and have more goals than we've actually got.
Dean tries to receive it from his brother Jack down the right-hand side. Then Sutton come in and clear it. Ball on the edge of the penalty area. And Phipps, round the corner he goes, out of play. And Farnham have a throw. And suddenly, you sometimes think this where the lesser side, the side further down the non-league pyramid, starts to tire. But I must admit, the last 5 minutes, Sutton haven't particularly responded since the Farnham goal. They had one chance at the other end. I'm sure that Chris Agata will be looking to his bench in a moment. Brandon Mason down the left-hand side. They have had a lot of injuries, though, Sutton, it has to be said, and there's a couple of youngsters on that bench. This isn't them at their full strength today. Ball in midfield now with Simper. Plays it out to Pretty on this left-hand side. Down it goes O'Bonnor again. O'Bonnor down the line to Harris, who's caused some problems for the Farnham defence. Just rolls it back to Pretty. And Tizzard again. Played down to Joku there, the substitute who did make it 2-2 in the second half. And back it comes to Simper. Simper looks to shoot off Kinane. It comes in the penalty area with Njoku now. To the left of it, slid across. And it's intercepted by Mackenzie. He's been like Claude Makaleli today, and he's just sent Evans away. Evans one-on-one into the area, onto his right foot. And the Sutton defenders just get there. Yeah, Owen Dean had made the run, who at the moment scored the winning goal up with him, but he chases down the Sutton clearance, and a huge applause in this home stand. They're sensing, Paul. They're sensing that this isn't impossible.
No,
they're 3-2 up. This is on.
I think we're very much on. I said it before the game had even started. There could be something which happens very exciting here for Farnham Town, and I think they're proving it on the pitch, not just kind of saying it because of the FA Cup situation, but I think the capabilities are out there definitely to nick something here today.
Harris in midfield, but Sutton have scored twice, and they have a lot of talent on the pitch, and there's a long way to go in this. So Bonner now on the left-hand side, plays it back, has it again, level with the edge of the penalty area here. Looks to cross it in. Flicked header at the near post. towards Joku, who's in there. Farnham clear high. They want a foul because they think that Jackson was caught there. Jones now on the right-hand side, though. Going to get on with it. Ball now down the right, out of play from Sutton. Well, there's 20 minutes remaining here, and it is Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 2 in the FA Cup on BBC Sounds, on the BBC Sport website and app, and on Saturday Sport with Robin Gray. And I've got to ask you this at this stage. Is the away dugout over there? Is that always come down?
No, that looks like something's happened in the dugout through the game. There's a white trim which goes across the head of it, and
it's come down.
That's either come down through somebody being very upset that they're losing the game at the moment, or maybe somebody behind has pushed on the roof of it. But yeah, no, it wasn't like it at the start.
That's one of your jobs on Monday morning, isn't it?
I'll be back on ground maintenance come Monday.
Yeah. That's Paul Tanner, who's done a lot more than that at this club. He managed them for 8 seasons, and he's director here as well now. Brandon Mason has a throw-in front of the home dugout, which isn't broken, I should tell you. Long throw down the line towards Evans, and then has to be smashed out of play by Sutton into the trees behind the goal as a huge load of leaves come down off that one just by some of the parked cars. That's where I should have parked, Paul. They got me out much quicker there on the grass verge on the bank.
Where did you go?
I went in the town more. I was more by Waitrose.
You should have said something. It's about who you know at this club.
Well, I'll tell you what, the grass bank though looks good. I don't know whether you have to be careful though. The police aren't going to come and clamp people today, I wonder. Jack Dean down the right hand side now. Farnham 3, Sutton 2. Bonner wins it back though. Cooksley points and tells his midfielder partner there, Leggett, to try and just cover him. And back it is with the 15, Will Tizard now at the back, and Phipps over to Jones on the right-hand side. As
wherever it goes at the end of the game, I've got to ask Harry how long his girlfriend's been playing football, because they've obviously got their boots bundled up today.
With his pink boots. Oh, Bonner now, left-hand side, comes off Dean, and that will be a Sutton United corner, which Bonner will take then. 72 minutes on the clock. Farnham 3, Sutton 2. It is been an FA Cup tie we will not forget, no matter what the scoreline by the end of today. But Farnham fans remember it more with a win. They've got to defend this corner here, though, from their National League side opponents. And it's curled in towards the near post. Free header off the line.
Oh, what a
brilliant header. And I had to look round the stanchion in front of me, but it was just headed away. We'll get the team use from Crawley in just a moment. Well, there's another corner here. Simper now plays it back to Jones. Jones checks onto his left foot, opens up for Jones. Good block there from the outrushing midfielder, and then ball played forward, and Brandon Mason's trying to get in here. Tackle from Bonner, who just about wins the ball, and then cleared away, but won back by Farnham. From one moment it looked like Sutton were going to make it 3-3, then Farnham away now down the other end with Sam Evans towards the corner flag, holds it up and plays it back, and Taylor skies it.
Rush of blood there.
Yeah, but it was a good chance for Farnham. Right, 3-2 they lead. Then at 3 o'clock on FM and digital radio this afternoon, a big game for Crawley Town in League 2. They've got the league leaders Walsall, and Gary Smith has got your team news.
Thank you very much indeed, Robin. Headline team news here is that both sides make 4 changes to the side that played in the league last week. For Crawley, Kyle Scott, Geraldo Bajrami, Harry Forster and Kahim Dixon drop out. Scott Malone, Max Anderson, Kabi Shamanga and Ryan Loft come in. There's also a place on the bench for Ben Radcliffe, his possible first league appearance of the season. Kick-off here is just under an hour away, but it's back to you now at Farnham versus Sutton United.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, 3-2 here. We'll also hear from the Crawley Town CEO Tom Allman as well later on today, although not when we do that. I don't know, it could be party galore here throughout Saturday sport for Farnham Town. Well, the sun is shining on those Farnham Town supporters on the bank. The reason why we had to stop in play here is just that David Ogbonna's gone down at the moment. He actually played a key role in Slough's Cup run a couple of seasons ago when they visited Grimsby Town, and just means a drinks break here and a chance to get some fluids into the systems, and a change as well for Sutton. And Ogbonna's definitely coming off here in the end, and it's 24 Noah Boutin who's going to come on. French defender who is on loan from Bournemouth, and he spent last season on loan at Eastleigh, so he's got plenty of National League experience. On he comes for Ogbonna. I'm just seeing it also on that bench. I mean, yeah, they are pretty strapped for some options. Maybe Liam Vincent as well. Mo Dabray, another player you might have heard of. He played at Tunbridge Angels. Anyway, we're ready to go again here. Ogbonna's off from that injury. And David Isaiah is the goalkeeper. And they're drumming on the advertising boards, trying to put him off. He's thrown his arms in the air at his teammates, saying, well, what do you want me to do here? Looking to play it short. A lot of frustration amongst the Sutton players at the moment. Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 2 in the FA Cup. Jones just receives the ball on the right-hand side and can't... Oh, he does keep it in. Mackenzie then clears. Diagonal ball taken well by Owen Dean. His brother Jack is just with him down the line. Up towards Harry Cooksley. Then it comes down to Dean. Dean in field. Dean has just shown how good he is. I mean, I think he could play a lot higher up, and I don't want to sell him for you, Paul, but with 14 minutes remaining in this game, it's his goal at the moment that's the winner as it stands, as Sutton deal with that back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Owen's had a lot of interest from other clubs. We know he's been outstanding. He's come all the way through from age of 6 at Farnham. So yeah, I think to put people off or clubs off, it would take an absolute massive amount, really, because he loves the club. It's kind of embedded in him. I always think it's hard when you're perhaps playing as an unprofessional, where it's hard to actually make decisions like that. But yeah, he is a massive talent, and he's shown that over many numbers of years of younger age groups, and then coming in, breaking into the senior side.
Ryan Kinane there, brilliant defending at the back as Sutton tried to break down the left. Just took 2 players out of the game, played it long. It's back with Sutton now, but it was brilliant footwork from him. 13 minutes of normal time remaining. Farnham Town 2, Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 2. They're winning, to be clear. Owen Dean's goal the difference, although here comes Harris now for Sutton. Edge of the penalty area. Mason just wins it, and Mason runs away with it here now for Farnham. Down to the left towards Owen Dean, and then one and flick on towards Mason, not going to keep it in. But I got to talk about the impact again of Sam Evans. I know I've banged on about him a lot, Paul.
Yeah,
Tanner, but him coming on, I think it's been a bit of a game changer in the second half. Farnham's seen a lot better higher up the pitch now.
He's just a different style of player. I mean, Adams put his worth in the first half and coming off in the second half. Like I said, different styles, but I think the style of Sam has worked for us massively at the point when he's come on. I think, again, coming off the bench, he's going to want to do something from a player's point of view in a game like this. He's not going to just trot off the bench and think, oh, I've got a few minutes here. He's going to want to make an impact, and he's definitely gone and done that.
Brandon Mason takes the throw down the left. One back by Sutton, then Farnham have it again. Mason again, he's so good. He's been brilliant at left back today. Plays it down the left-hand side. Doesn't quite find his man, but I mean, I remember his name being bandied around a lot, Paul. I think he played in the Premier League for Watford. He played for Crawley as well, but when he was at Coventry, he was really they had a good young squad. They got to the Championship. He was attracting interest from higher up, and sometimes players' careers don't quite go the way you think. And I think for him to be at this level, you say that in some ways.
Yeah, I mean that can definitely play higher, but from a club point of view, on his signing, it kind of shows where we want to get to, because he's not kind of dropping down the ladder for the bad reasons. He's dropping down the ladder for a good reason, and has shown his utmost worth and his abilities so high. Hopefully, he kind of, with players like that wanting to sign at our club, it shows where we kind of want to move forward with it all.
Throw in for Farnham on that left-hand side. Game has been full of life, but it's been quite quiet in the last 5 minutes or so. But that's the way Farnham Town are wanted at the moment. But there will be no doubt Sutton kind of onslaught in these last approaching 10 minutes. Although Farnham win it now, and over the top it goes towards Evans. Out comes the goalkeeper, just takes it down his mid-drift. And Sutton try and clear it from their right. And won back by Evans. Great strength. Dean. They wanted a foul, Sutton. They're not going to get one. Dean back into midfield. They're looking really accomplished here. Paul Johnson's side. Jack Dean at right back. Harry Cooksey down the right-hand side. Just plays it to Jack Dean. Jack Dean over the top. Brilliant play. Here's Leggett now. Leggett flicks it over the defender. Acrobatics from the towering Phipps to clear it away, but it's a Farnham throw on their right, and those sort of moments are going to feel big as they turn to the bench, and we're going to see Argo Obi to come on here, and he's going to replace Owen Dean, who, as it stands, is taking Farnham Town, little old Farnham Town, to the FA Cup, first round proper, as it stands.
If it stays like this, and you've had someone like Owen Dean score the winner in the game, there's another little story. Like I said, his background so long at Farnham Town.
Well, what will Argo Obi bring off the bench?
Hopefully another goal. And again, he's fully capable of that. He's been in good form recently. I think when he's come, I'm not sure what club he signed from, but I think he scored 30 plus last season, which Wingate and Finchley, I'm being told. So his goal scoring attributes are all there, and I think that kind of shows where Paul Johnson, where he wants to take this game. I don't think he wants to sit back and make sure he gets a result there. I think he'd like to see another goal on that scoreboard.
Obi has it at the corner flag, wins a throw higher up. There was another change in there for Sutton. I think it was Mo Dabro's come on, hasn't he? And it was Will Tizard who went off. That's an attacking change. He's an Italian midfielder, 22-year-old. Cooksey flick inside. Obi in the penalty area. Obi wins a corner kick. And again, that clock continues to tick.
Yeah.
Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 2, with 8.5 minutes of normal time remaining, and Harry Cooksey has a corner here. And I think it's too early. They are looking short. Not that's entertaining to the corner flag because they're throwing everyone up, but maybe it's worth a Taylor delivery. I think that's what they're going to do, because Taylor's left foot has been immense in this game, and see what he can do from this corner kick. Don't stay with us.
Another
comes into
delivery.
the far post, and they're waiting at the back post, and in the end the ball just rolls up the bank. But it was a great delivery. I think it was Obi at the far post. It could have got on the end of it. Good opportunity there, Paul.
It's good. What it's good to see is where we're at this stage of the game. That there doesn't seem to be any nerves creeping in, and kind of like standing watching Sutton pass it. We're actually creating and trying to shut things down and get the ball back for ourselves, and actually try and score another goal.
One back in midfield, Mackenzie. Then comes to Harris though for Sutton. Sutton coming forward now. Joku,
a free kick.
Is not brought down, says the referee.
I was going to say,
it is.
You had to give that
finally, and maybe a card. There is a card for Brandon Mason at left back. So free kick, dangerous area here for Sutton United with 7 minutes remaining, and over the ball you got Harris moment. I think also Simper's probably going to be the one, isn't he? He's got a good
definitely creeping into that period of the game now where these kind of opportunities you kind of get a little bit nervous.
Yeah, you do. Well, the kids in the corner by the scoreboard are trying to get on the TV cameras, I think, all waving their arms. So Simper or Harris over it. Players in the area, but I think this is going to be a shooting opportunity, no doubt.
You'll probably see a left foot here, I would have thought.
Looks like that angle. It's to the right of the D. It's quite a way out, though, from the box. Not as on the edge as I thought it perhaps was in this angle. And those kids in the corner are trying to put the Sutton players off it by banging the advertising boards. Simper or Harris it's going to be. 3-2 to Farnham, but a Sutton free kick in a dangerous area. Simper or Harris. Harris steps up, leaves it, or he prods it to Simper. Simper drives it low. Well done to the wall, because they did its job. And then Cooksey clears it and is fouled on the way. Free kick to Farnham in their left back area. Well dealt with. The wall did its job.
Wolves done its job there, definitely. Probably slightly the wrong choice of where he's tried to probably make himself a better angle on his left foot, but not the best strike along the deck there, and we've done a great bit of defending there at this time of the game. Like I said, hopefully you'll see us be a little bit more professional, and when we've got dead ball situations, trying to eat up a few seconds and minutes as that top clock keeps going. But yeah, I think you're falling definitely into the nervous bracket of the game now.
Long ball down the line from Farnham, and then over the top to Nadesan. Nadesan could be in here. They've got to be careful. Farnham. Nadesan in. Goalkeeper saves with his left foot. Really good play from Zaki Owala there. Nadesan was in. We know he's got a threat in front of goal, and a big save from the goalkeeper.
Massive save. He's done himself proud there at this time of the game. I think this is where the pressure will definitely start being put on if we start giving away kind of free kicks or allowing possession to go back to Sutton for them to kind of break forward.
Curled in towards the near post, cleared away from Cooksley. Good distance on it as well. That's what you need at this stage. Then Dubre comes forward, passes the ball to the left-hand side of the box. On the edge, it's towards Harris. Harris tries to get it across. Another corner for Sutton. Less than 5 minutes left of normal time, but Sutton are banging on that Farnham door now. And the home side have got to hang on to their 3-2 lead. I can see people biting fingernails to my left and a bit of applause. Sutton supporters are over to our left as well. And I'll be wishing this ball in. Corner in towards the near post. Cooksley again gets there, and then it's skied high over onto the housing estate behind the goal.
Hopefully that's the last match ball we've got.
Well, it's towards that stage where every second counts.
Massively now.
And you'd do anything for that full-time whistle right now, wouldn't you, Paul?
100%. I think I might have to phone Mr. Johnson and ask him to take some air out of them.
Farnham Town have got a huge few minutes ahead of them. Evans is fouled there by the defender, Jack Taylor, who brought him down. And again, he's on the ground. Maybe the physio might come on. Not the worst idea from a Farnham perspective, probably. You learnt some of these tricks of the game, Paul, haven't you, when you're on that touchline?
Yeah, throw another ball on quickly. There's two on the field. I think Sam probably went down then because of a flash of Cooksley's boots there, really. I don't think it was actually a foul.
Well, Cooksley's not going to take the free kick. It's going to be Taylor, left-footed. And look, they put Kinane up there. Evans is in there as well. Driven towards Cooksley, headed high on the left from Sutton away. And then Njoku takes it down. Long clearance from Simper over the top. Nadesan is there. Big header from Farnham.
Very important header there.
3-2 to Farnham. 3 minutes remain. Darbre down the left. Foul there from Jack Dean. Brought him down. Oh, did he take it quickly? He's just dribbled it there.
Sure what he was thinking then. Yeah. He was up and running.
They take it quick though. Not going to get a delivery, and they're just going to keep it in midfield. Simper plays it in front of him. Here's Mo Dabre. Got to switch on here, Farnham. Dabre in towards the edge of the area. Left and towards Njoku, and then cleared away by Brandon Mason. Headed back by Sutton. No foul in the build-up there, which would have helped. I thought it could have maybe been. And then out of play. Oh, is it? No, stays in on that right. Now Dabre. Dabre into Jones. Jones plays it into Simba, the midfielder. Shaped to shoot. Didn't. Ball now over to the left-hand side. As they still try and come forward here. With the boot in the defender who came off the bench. Harris, 30 yards out. Played towards Simper, headed away on the edge by Farnham, then belted clear towards Obi by Mason. Obi pushes the Sutton defender, then goes down in the dugout. Ball made it out eventually. Sutton throw on their right. And there are 90 seconds of normal time remaining. It's Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 2 in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round here. On BBC Sounds, on the BBC Sport website and app, and on Saturday Sport. Robin Gray and Paul Tanner with you, guiding you through. Paul managed Farnham Town for 8 years. He's a director at the club now. It means everything to him, and it means everything to these 2,000 supporters here. Jones whips it in and straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Owala did well, and he sits down on it, and he just can take his time here because they can smell it. They can taste it. the first round proper of the FA Cup for the first time in their history. And Harry Hugo, by the way, I had to say the owner, he's not here, is he, Paul?
Unfortunately, he's not here. I can tell you now, Harry, new young chairman, I'll let you take over.
Here we go. Cooksley has it on the right for Farnham, looking for a fourth. And then intercepted, and Sutton will come clear now. And this is where they've got to be careful. They need to get back in their numbers here and just see this through. Booting down the left-hand side. Intercepted and cleared by Farnham. Then Booting again. Simper on the overlap. And Jack Dean doesn't quite get it out. It's Simper towards the corner flag. Dean slides in. Still with Harris, though. Harris into the penalty area for Sutton. Cleared at the near post. And Cooksley high and away. And we have hit 90 minutes.
Let's
and
see
the added time.
What are we thinking? 4? 6? Whoa.
Oh, 6 added on. That is not what Farnham Town fans want here. Although they win a free kick in their right back position. And we were talking there. So just for context, as Jack Dean's down, free kick. Bit of respite for Farnham. They lead 3-2. But the owner's not here. He's on holiday.
He's actually, as we speak, he is actually in the air coming back from the Maldives. And the biggest fixture in the club's history. With his term of where he's pushed it to, we have the chairman and the club's secretary lauding it up on the plane, I should imagine, knowing Harry. But I don't know, technically, could he get something up in the air from it?
I came on a long-haul flight, and I think I watched Manchester City against Real Madrid, and that was a budget airline. So
and a budget game compared to this one.
I just wonder, though, it's on BBC iPlayer. They can maybe get us on BBC Surrey, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Who knows? And one of your colleagues here at the club, what's he just done, Paul? Tell us in front of you.
I'm not sure what he was doing.
I think he was saying his heart's racing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Plenty of hearts racing here at the moment. Like I said, 6 minutes. Was there 6 minutes in the game?
6 minutes. Although we've already... I mean, one of them is Jack Dean, who's gone down and he's just been taken to the side of the pitch here. But Farnham Town are just moments away, it seems, from the first round proper of the FA Cup. They never made it to the fourth qualifying round. And now...
you'll probably see Jordan Stepney drop in the centre half and Joe Jackson come out onto the right-hand side now.
Jack Dean has gone off. New contract, but he's off. And Jordan Stepney on. And when his debut in the FA Cup last season against Sittingbourne, he's come on. He'll be at the heart then of defence. Jackson to the right.
You'll probably be a little bit surprised with Harry. You'll probably see him hover around in a helicopter and drop down if the result goes the right way.
That's the owner, of course. Harry Hugo you're talking about there.
Exactly.
Long ball forward. Then Sutton win it. And Harris, there's one back by Cooksley, and Cooksley runs forward, and he plays in Obi, and Obi's racing through, and Sutton have to concede a corner, and Farnham Town 3-2 up already, nearly had a chance for a fourth there. And the fans on the bank, and there's more fans as well in the residence estate as well, by the railings. They'll all be trying to get a glimpse of this. If it stays this way, corner taken short. Sutton win it back though, and it's played back. Oh, and it's nearly lost. It's just kept by Sutton.
These are proper football moments here at the end of the game.
Heart and mouth. Dabre gets it away. Here comes Sutton United. This is why they do it. This is why Harry Hugo bought the club, for moments like this. Ball over to the left with Bootin now though for Sutton. Bootin goes past his man. And it's cleared. No foul, says the referee. Sutton throw it is on the left-hand side. Taken to Bootin. And then back to Phipps. You don't have to like football. You don't have to know anything about football to get this. A non-league football club in Farnham Town, who've had a huge rise over the last few years, are close to making it to the first round proper of the FA Cup. Ball down the left for Sutton as they try and keep it pressing here. Back to Harris. Harris's cross goes long to the far post. Big header there by Stepney. And then in it comes again. And now Cooksley. Cooksley can play it long. Obi over the top. Goalkeeper comes out, plays it down.
He's
and
actually
we've
well read
had
that.
4 minutes of the added 6, but Jack Dean was down for one of those. I think this will go to 7 at least. And Dabre in midfield. I don't know if Paul next to me, you're going to be able to cope with that. But here's Harris. Harris goes to overtake his
very
man.
well at the moment. About extra minutes being added.
Yeah, well, and it's good play though from Harris. And Cooksley again in his penalty area does well. Gets it downfield.
We're literally backs there now, just releasing the ball out of the 18-yard box to try and get a little bit of a breather. But
this time towards the right side of the area. Goalkeeper Ola gets there and gets in just in time. It was headed across goal in a dangerous area, but he gets there. And again, that clock ticks. We've had 5 minutes.
Definitely
now,
another 3 in there. It's got to be another 3.
I think at least 1 or 2. Evans takes it down. Taylor, left-hand side. He plays it down the line to Evans. Now, normally, he might go into the area, but as you say, Paul, he'll want to be in the corner here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't quite keep it there. It goes out for a throw. But it is still Farnham Town of the 7th tier of non-league football 3, Sutton United 2 of the National League. They were only in League 2 a couple of years ago. This is real magical stuff that we're witnessing and you're listening to here. Ball now back with Simper. Simper across to the left-hand side. And then played down the left now with Bootin. Bootin crosses it early towards the far post, intercepted, and a big challenge as well from Mackenzie. Here's Dabre. Dabre puts it in. Anything on it. It's just away from Farnham. And then it's now played towards Evans.
Keep it.
Evans down towards a striker, and then it's one free kick. It's Mackenzie who made his way from holding midfield. And that free kick is celebrated like a goal. Supporters on their feet around me. The whistles are coming already. We have had 6 added minutes. Yellow card there for I'm not sure who it's gone to. It might have been a Sutton player.
Yeah, I think it's number 8.
Might well have been. But this is where the FA Cup has its moments. It is a free kick for Farnham. Taken long by Taylor. Down the left-hand side. It's well done by Evans. Evans has it. Tries to take it to the touchline. Mackenzie. Mackenzie down the left. Mackenzie has it again.
Brilliant.
Takes it to the corner flag. It's in the right area. Sutton intercept though.
Be careful.
Now Sutton clear with Dabre and Harris. And across to Bootin. The whistles are going. They want full time at the Memorial Ground. The majority. Ball now to Njoku now down the left-hand side in the penalty area. Pulls it back. Coming in. It's 3-3.
Oh, no.
It's 3-3 and it's Harris who has stolen a late equaliser late on for Sutton United. Heartbreak for these Farnham Town players and supporters. They raced away down the left. They'd led for so long. They'd led 3 times. And it was stabbed in on the penalty spot into the net. And from moments away from adulation, there's a feeling of heartbreak. It is Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 3. As a flare's just been thrown onto the pitch as well to my left. Paul, I know in your voice, gutting.
Just gone numb. Unbelievable. We're still here though.
Well, as it stands, it's going to a replay. The clock's saying 8 minutes of added time. That flare, that yellow flare, has just been taken away the side of the pitch. Oh, it is real heartbreak here for Farnham Town.
That could have been a magical moment.
It could. We were seconds away from it. I'd imagine the full-time whistle's going to go here just after we get underway. Harry Cooksley takes it. They go long straight away with Taylor. Headed away by Sutton. And then cleared down the line. Here's Jackson. This might still be another minute here. Worth going down the line to Cooksley. Intercepted. And now Sutton have it again. Farnham need to make sure they make it to the replay here and don't lose it. We're into 9 minutes of added time here. Njoku down the left wins a throw in. And that is that. and Sutton
Wow.
United celebrate.
I'm not sure anyone's actually celebrating for
but
them. It's a very strange feeling.
But that tells you all you need to know, because Farnham Town, of the 7th tier of English football, was seconds away from one of the greatest cup shocks we might have seen at this stage of the competition. They were so close to beating a side who were full-time and 2 tiers ahead of them. But they were drawn back in the last moments by a Sutton equaliser. Late into added time as well. So late. And it means there'll be a replay after this one because it's finished. Sutton United away have got a replay. They've got it at the death. And Farnham Town have drawn here 3-3 at home, Sutton United. And I have to say, Paul, before the game, you would absolutely have taken this result. And there's still got to be hope after today. It won't feel like it at the moment, but a replay has left it numb because they were so close.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, what the lads have done out there has been amazing, and to be so close to actually going through on the Saturday. But I will say, Sutton could be very quiet on Tuesday just because it's at their ground. I don't feel that that's going to give them too much of an upper hand. I'm sure there'll be plenty of supporters which go and travel up there. I think once, like you say, the numbness kind of comes back into your body and they realise what they've achieved here today in just in this home draw has been amazing. But when you're that close, it'll probably take a little while to get over that. But like I said, on a flip side, the confidence that will bring actually going up to Sutton on Tuesday night, like I said, they might be clapping their supporters which have travelled away, but I would be more tentative in my own mind as a Sutton player, basically thinking we've actually got away with that.
Well, the supporters here, though, giving Farnham Town a huge ovation, and rightly so, because they were so close. They led 3 times. It was magical. And even though this might not be the result that they thought they were so close to getting, there's got to be optimism going into midweek, because they showed here today that they can match Sutton. They're as good as Sutton. And in the end, although Sutton might have the better feeling from with having the late goal for the replay, Farnham Town have done themselves incredibly proud here today, Paul. And just, I know it's difficult now, but overall for the football club to have a sellout crowd here, it means a lot, as those Farnham players just hold the crowd behind on the bank just next to us.
I think it's a proud moment for everyone. Like I said, you're obviously feeling that disappointment of the last few minutes, but if you think what the club's achieved all round, off the field, massively on the field, like I said, I might have said right at the start of it that I kind of thought we could actually get a result today, but you want to say that. And I think we've proved that we probably should have had a result today, but that's how cup ties go. And credit to Sutton, they've kept on playing their way. They've kept on putting the pressure on. They put the pressure on at the right time, and basically they've got their little rewards at the end of it. But I think I'd still be a little bit concerned if I was in the Sutton changing room come Tuesday night, knowing the capabilities of what Farnham Town have done today.
Paul Johnson's just got them in a huddle in front of the goal now, and with fans on the bank. Still, many have stayed around me, around them there. What will he? Do you think? What do you have to say as a manager in this position now? When it's,
I think you've got to just highlight how well they've done in every area. The pressure that they've had, even in the first half when they've got their equaliser, we kind of driven ourselves out of that. I think you've just got to keep the belief going. I think they've showed the ability that they've got and the structure that they can kind of go through technically in a game against a conference side or a national side, sorry. But overall, I think that instant disbelief and disappointment, you can see them as the lads are walking off. But I think you've got to just turn it around and say, look, we were in front, we created better chances than they have in the game. Let's not forget where Owen Dean could have taken us 3-1 in front. Even in the first half, straight after the first goal, we've been able to create another opportunity. So against a side like Sutton United, where Farnham have got to go in there believing that they can go away and actually get a result on a Tuesday night, I think that's all I'd be saying, is believe that little bit extra, it will come, and they will create a way. they're not going to go there and just kind of wonder and get pushed over. They will go there with the belief of actually making sure that they kind of finish the game away from home.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you look at it as well, you know, there's so much today that they can take kind of going forward into this. I'm just going to grab your mic just for a moment, because I think we're going to have Owen Dean is just going to come and join us live here, just briefly, just to join us. I think we've got Owen at the back as well. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming up to join us. So we're live here on Saturday Sport. Guys, first of all, Owen, we'll just start with you. That's all right. I'm just going to grab you some headphones. First, if you just hold this microphone for me. There you go. It's so difficult, that, isn't it? Because you had an amazing performance out there. At the death, though, how does it feel now?
Yeah, it's obviously gutting, but you know, it's just moments, really. We're like a foul throwing away from winning, so it's a bit gutting, but we couldn't have played much better. Took our chances. I think we're going to the replay with confidence. I think we'll try and do the same thing again.
I've got to ask you, what did it feel like scoring that 3-2 goal? Because tell us about your history with this club and what it meant.
I mean, I've been here a while, but yeah, I think I had a few chances in the game. I think I probably scored the hardest one, but yeah, such a good feeling in front of the fans. Obviously, down that end as well, it's you can't beat it.
And what's it meant for you today to play in a game like that and to put in a performance like that?
Yeah, I think you want to play as a footballer. You want to play in the games. You want to play in the big games. I think it's over the years, I think we've probably had a better team than in the league than most others. Like, you go in with confidence and knowing you're sort of going to be the better team, but to be the underdog is quite challenging, and you just got to do the right things and take your chances, really.
Yeah, and just finally, what does it mean for you now to go to Sutton? You've got so much belief you've got to take there, because you matched them today. In fact, you were probably better than them in many ways.
Yeah, I think now we know how they play and how we can set up against them. We know we can get in behind. We know we're going to have chances. I mean, we had loads of the ball, so it's just do the same thing, really, and maybe tidy up a bit more in just the smarter stuff and fouling and stuff like that, really.
Owen, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you in midweek. Thanks for joining us. Darryl Sanders with us as well. Thanks for joining us live on Saturday Sport. Really good to have you with us. I've got to say, right, we said this in commentary, your first goal, they normally tell you probably in these games, hit it or you know, don't overthink it. You took it down in the box, took it round, slid it in. Had you been planning that last night in your dreams?
No, to be honest with you, but it fell on my left foot, and I thought, I don't really want to do that in front of 2,000 people, so yeah, take a touch, relax, and you know, thankfully it came off. But yeah, it was nice to score, nice to get two, give the fans something to celebrate, and just gutted that we couldn't get the win, really.
I know, you've got to, I know it sounds strange, the stadium was so close to being loud all night and parties all night.
Yeah.
You've got to take how close you were to that and to choose and try and just get that mentality set straight away, haven't you, as soon as you can?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you say the ground was close to kicking off, but I think the whole town would have been as well, to be honest with you. It would have been a good night for everyone. But yeah, we've got to take it to Tuesday. We know we can score goals against them, we know we can hurt them, and yeah, it's going to hurt for a little bit, but we've got to regroup and go again. Yeah.
And just finally, I mean, what's the whole occasion been like? It's been crazy. As you see, we've got wires all over the place in the stand. I can imagine on the pitch, what a bonkers FA Cup game to play. And you never, ever have anything like that, surely.
Well, I was lucky enough, actually, to play for Bracknell in the first round against Ipswich. So I've had one experience of it. We obviously had Peter Crouch down here a few weeks ago, and that was a bit crazy. But, you know, today felt different. It felt... it felt like we could do something special, and we were so close, but it is what it is. We can regroup, and if we win on Tuesday, we can have a bigger game next.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
No
well
worries,
done.
appreciate it.
Darryl Sanders with you there on Saturday Sport. Well, it's finished here then on the BBC. On BBC Sounds as well, we've been today, and we're with you as well, because we'll look ahead to our next game shortly. But it's finished here. Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 3. It means there'll be a replay. We'll confirm when that is when we get the official confirmation. We expect it to be on Tuesday. Right, Saturday Sport with Robin Gray. 22 minutes to 3.
Saturday Sport.
And it was in the end so close to Farnham, for Farnham Town on the brink of history. And then in the 97th minute, this happened. The whistles are going. They want full time at the Memorial Ground. The majority. Ball now to Ashoku now down the left-hand side in the penalty area. Pulls it back. Coming in. It's 3-3.
Oh, no.
It's 3-3 and it's Harris who has stolen a late equaliser late on for Sutton United. Heartbreak for these Farnham Town players and supporters. Elsewhere, our 3 o'clock commentary though is Crawley against Walsall in League 2, and a reminder of the top line team news comes from Gary Smith.
Yeah, 4 changes for both sides here today for the league leaders coming to town. Crawley drop out Kyle Scott, Geraldo Bajrami, Harry Forster and Kaheem Dixon, and bring in Scott Malone, Max Anderson, Kabi Shamanga and Ryan Loft. There's also a place on the bench for Ben Radcliffe alongside Louis Flower, Harry Forster, Reece Brown, Louis Watson and Tola Shawambi. Tough ask here this afternoon, but they need to get back on track somehow, Crawley Town.
The FA Cup, Dorking are taking on Aldershot at Meadowbank for us. Adrian Harms.
4 changes for both sides here, Robin, as well. Notably, Harrison Folkes comes back in goal for Dorking, his first game since the beginning of September. But more importantly, skipper Charlie Carter is back in the lineup. Josh Taylor starts up front alongside Alfie Rutherford. Big team news for Aldershot Town. The return of Theo Witherington, the son of manager Tommy. He goes back into the side. He'll play in the centre of mid-front. Also back into the side, Paddy Gaynor comes back inside to play up front.
Adrian, thank you. That one on the BBC Sport website and app, as is Woking against Brackley. With the Cards team news, here's Tom Mitchell.
Neil Lally just made the single change from the draw with Truro last weekend, with Josh Kelly coming in for the injured Aidan O'Brien. Lineup and falls: Will Jaskalainen in goal, back 3 Chinakoli, Tunji Akinola and Kayla Richards. Aaron Drew and Tariq Hines are the wing backs, with Jack Turner, Jamie Andrews and skip Harry Beatsman in the middle, with Josh Kelly and Ollie Sanderson up front. And also new loan signing from Ipswich, Ashley Boatswain is on the bench for the Cards.
Thanks very much, Tom. And Eastbourne Borough did sack Matt Gray, their manager, this week. Will he make a difference against National League side Boreham Wood? David Evans is there for us.
Yeah, good afternoon. A place in the first round proper on the line for the winners of this one today. Interim boss Chris Day makes 3 changes, bringing Mo Sagaf back from injury, and Cam Gabedo and George Alexander both come into the starting 11. Borough this afternoon aiming to make some more cup history.
Elsewhere, Farnborough away at Braintree in the National League. South Horsham have gone to Dover. In the Women's Cricket World Cup, England have made 253 for 9 in their 50 overs against Sri Lanka. Nats Skiverdrunt is top scoring with 117 there. And in the Spanish Open Golf, Horsham's Marco Venge has lost his overnight lead but remains in contention with just 1 shot behind.
Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Surrey.
Robin Gray here with you on Saturday Sport. Still here at the Memorial Ground where it finished Farnham Town 3, Sutton United 3. A late equaliser for the National League side to take it to a replay. What a incredible game it's been, with an awful lot of emotions about it. But our attention turns now to the Broadfield Stadium. Crawley Town against Walsall in League 2.